decides. You know, very often, Vasudha, the Congress mocks this parchi culture in the BJP, that the high command's word is conveyed through a parchi, and big leaders simply open the parchi and announce the next chief minister's name. Now, if the Congress High Command hands that parchi to Siddaramaiah, is he simply going to read out of the parchi and say, all right, I'm going to go to the Rajya Sabha, or we are going to see more of such breakfast meetings and Surjewala flying down to Bengaluru in the next few months as well? It's not over till it's over, like we've been saying.
So that's a very important question, in fact, Padmaja. And I'm just reminded of the way Vasundhara Raje, in fact, announced the name of Bhajan Lal Sharma. We all remember what had happened then, you know, the perception around that whole episode. And it's not just that, you know, from Vishnu Dev Sai to several other chief ministers to even Bhupendra Patel in Gujarat. The BJP has a certain model of appointing chief ministers. The Congress has a similar model, but it's always the High Command's voice that speaks the loudest. When it came to Kerala this time, that thing was a little bit altered because V.D. Satishan won against somebody like K.C. Venugopal, who was seen as extremely powerful, extremely influential. But then this also shows that Congress party wants to showcase itself as a party that makes its decisions very fast. But to the question that you asked earlier, the fact that, you know, we've seen situations like Anjaya in the south of India, or the disrespect to Virendra Patil. Do you think that Siddaramaiah has the potential, but the fact that he's stepped down, do you see that resonating with the OBC communities? Do you see a socio-political impact of that incident?
Well, just picking up something here, Vasudha, that Siddaramaiah is stressing on some of his party colleagues that it's important to abide by what the High Command is saying. It's important to abide by this transition of power and not really, look at this in any other different manner to ensure that there is a smooth transition, just like how the High Command desires. So he's being a party soldier, one would say, at this time and age of where his career stands. He's being a true party man, saying that the High Command has desired this and we will implement their decision. So it seems like he's also paving way for a very smooth transition. In all likelihood, we know that the transition is towards DK Shivakumar, but this being smooth is something that many have discussed whether Mr. Siddaramaiah will allow. But now it seems like he's putting out those instructions as well very clearly.
So Deepak, as far as I understand, Padmaja, I think while Siddaramaiah has also decided and announced that he'll be stepping down, it's also incumbent upon him to make this transition very smooth. That's the sense of responsibility that the High Command seems to have given to Siddaramaiah, and he seems to abiding by it because he has something in return. He's asking for not just his son but also his coterie members.
Just to play the devil's advocate, what if, like Mr. Upadhyay was saying, what if in the meeting of the CLP, about 40 MLAs pipe up and say, we want G. Parameshwara as a consensus candidate? What do you say? Will you be able to silence those MLAs? Will you say, okay, no, we have decided, it doesn't matter what you decide? Because ultimately, what is the official position? That the legislators take a call. But I'm sorry, I'm going to have to thank you at this point because we've got big news coming in from Tamil. Well, thank you very much. Our team in Bengaluru and to the experts who joined us right now. Big news coming in from Tamil Nadu. All right, and that big breaking story on NDTV, and there's political churn, it seems, happening all over. Former AIDMK Minister Velamandi Natarajan, another MLA Sadhan Prabhakar, AIDMK Transport Union Chief R. Kamal Karnam to join the TVK, more AIDMK leaders. And look, this is something that has happened ever since the results came out on the 4th of May. The split in the AIDMK is becoming even wider. The exodus within the AIADMK has now, what began as a trickle, and let me go straight across to Vijay on this now. It began as a trickle, Vijay, and now it seems to have turned into a flood.
Padmaja, that's right. After 2026 election defeat, AIDMK faces many setbacks, especially once the result got declared. There was a floor test for TVK on the assembly. Surprisingly, one faction of AIDMK led by senior leaders like SP Velamani, CV Shanmugam and C Vijayabhaskar, who were considered as a very close with Edappadi K. Palaniswamy, voted in favor of Tamilnaga Vetri Kalagam government during the floor test, which had clearly indicated how the AIDMK faction got splitted. One side EPS led camp, and the other side SP Velmani and CV Shanmugam camp. But however, yesterday there was a twist, another twist, where the both faction got united after the setback. 4 MLAs from SP Velmani and CV Shanmugam camp resigned as MLA and joined Tamalaga Vetrikalagam party. And now, as other twist, many senior leaders of ADMK, former MLA, former Minister Velamandi Nadarajan, and former MLA Sadan Prabhaharan, and other even union, the face of ADMK union, Kamalakannan, all set to join Tamalaga Vetrikalagam. As we speak, the joining formalities officially begin in TVK headquarters at Panayu. So this is seen as a huge setback for ADMK, because Adhav Arjuna, TVK senior leader and Minister Adhav Arjuna himself had openly expressed, saying that invited all ADMK functionary leaders should join Tamalaga Vetrikalagam party, saying that the leadership, Edappadi K. Palaniswamy lacks leadership quality. On the other hand, remember, Sengottayan was the person who said to be behind all the senior leaders and main faces, prominent faces from ADMK shifting towards Tamalaga Vetrikalagam, because Sengottayan was the person, senior leader, who also shifted just before the election, who shifted from ADMK to Tamalaga Vetrikalagam party. Now he is also playing a very crucial role. So this is seen as a huge setback. However, EPS calls this as a horse trading. He strongly criticized Tamalaga Vetrikalagam for making all ADMK leaders to join TVK.
You know, a call going out to all the AIDMK leaders to switch sides, join the TVK. Very often when this happens at the center, it is called Operation Lotus. Now, I wonder, with all of these activities taking place in Tamil Nadu, whether one should start with the term Operation Whistle that is underway in Tamil Nadu. Vijay, thanks very much for joining us. In fact, more news about Vijay, because he met the Prime Minister yesterday in Delhi, and now he was set to hold a crucial meeting with senior Congress leaders Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi today as well. But sources indicate that this meeting has now been postponed and is likely to take place next week instead. The sudden deferment has triggered a political buzz, especially as Vijay's Delhi outreach comes amid speculation over opposition equations ahead of key electoral battles. During his meeting with the Prime Minister, Vijay raised a series of issues about Tamil Nadu. He spoke about the Mekedatu Dam dispute. He spoke of the arrest of Tamil fishermen in Sri Lankan waters. He also brought up the controversy surrounding the Tamil anthem at his swearing-in ceremony. Now, this meeting with leaders of the Congress like Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi, that has triggered a fresh round of speculation. It is now being closely watched for what it could signal politically, whether it's merely a scheduling issue or is it a pause before a bigger opposition reset. Now, also keep in mind that the Congress joined hands with the TVK after dumping the DMK in Tamil Nadu. This had led to a furious reaction from the DMK, where they attacked not just the TVK but specifically the Congress, and they even wrote to the Lok Sabha Speaker saying, in the next session of Parliament, we don't want to sit next to the Congress in the Lok Sabha at all. So an entire realignment on the cards of the opposition forces, and in the midst of all that, you see the series of meetings between Vijay and leaders in the national capital. We'll keep a close eye on what happens. An announcement from Karnataka could be imminent. What happens to Vijay in Delhi? A lot of political churn, and the only channel you should be watching at such a time is NDTV. See you soon.
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे दिल झूम देखो मतवारा हुआ रे केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार विमल बोलो जुबान केसरी.
There's a transition taking place, Mr. Ponnana, and we're hearing that there will be a change of guard by the end of this week. Any light you can throw on that?
No, you see, as I said, it's hard for me to say anything. It is the Chief Minister's decision. Siddaramaiah ji is one of the tallest leaders that Karnataka has seen. He has been Chief Minister for 8 years. So it is, most appropriate and necessary, if you ask me, that these decisions, sensitive decisions, come straight from him rather than we go around.
Mr. Ponnanna, you're not just another Congress MLA. You are part of the Siddaramaiah inner circle. You've been an advisor to him. He depends on your advice. You've spent a lot of time with him today, crucially as well. What next for the Chief Minister? What next for Siddaramaiah after this transition? He has a towering legacy. He has a huge base that will be very curious.
Well, it's a heavy news day, and news now coming in from Madhya Pradesh, where the High Court late yesterday night delivered the orders quashing the anticipatory bail that had earlier been granted to former Judge Giribala Singh, who was one of the accused in the death of her daughter-in-law Twisha Sharma, slamming the Sessions Court that had granted this anticipatory bail. The Madhya Pradesh High Court said that the Sessions Court ignored crucial evidence and allegations in the case. Considering the severity of the allegations, the High Court then quashed the anticipatory bail that had been granted to Giribala Singh. The court also noted that Twisha had levelled allegations of harassment against not just her husband but also her in-laws. The CBI team reached today morning Giribala Singh's house, and now there is speculation that she may be arrested. She will be detained for questioning about the case, and if she doesn't cooperate, an arrest could be imminent. The option of surrendering before the court still remains open for Giribala Singh. By the way, soon after her anticipatory bail was quashed by the Madhya Pradesh High Court, images emerged of Giribala Singh today morning going out of her house and feeding stray dogs, leading to considerable outrage. In fact, the family of Twisha Sharma has demanded that Giribala Singh be arrested ASAP.
क्या कहेंगे सर, अब तक जो हुआ है, जो प्रक्रिया हुई है, उस पर क्या कहेंगे?
सबसे पहले मेरा सभी मीडिया वाई एनडीटीवी का, पूरी टीम का, एनडीटीवी की, देव मैडम का, तनुश्री मैडम का और अपना हरप्रीत मैडम का, सभी का बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, कोटि कोटि धन्यवाद पूरी एनडीटीवी टीम के लिए कि जिन्होंने हमारे संघर्ष में साथ दिया हमारा, और हम आज इस मुकाम पे पहुँचे हैं। माननीय उच्च न्यायालय का, चीफ जस्टिस साहब का, सभी का कोटि कोटि धन्यवाद कि हम आज न्यायिक प्रक्रिया के एक कदम आगे बढ़े हैं। कल बेल कैंसिल हुई है, एंटिसिपेटरी बेल कैंसिल हुई है, लैंडमार्क डिसीज़न है। बेटी का जैसा नाम था त्विशा, तिमिर को भगाने वाली उषा की पहली किरण, तो मुझे लगता है कि जहाँ जहाँ अंधकार है सारे सिस्टम में, वहाँ वो अंधकार दूर होकर के रहेगा। ये पहला कदम है, लड़ाई बहुत लंबी है और हम ऐसी आशा करते हैं कि हमें यह सहयोग भविष्य में भी प्राप्त होता रहेगा ताकि हम एक न्याय तक पर पहुँचे। न्याय जो है, ट्रुथ जो है, आना ही चाहिए, बाहर आना ही चाहिए। और यही मैं कहना चाहता हूँ कि आज हम इस पूरे संघर्ष में हम ढंग से जो है अपनी बेटी के खोने का दुख भी नहीं मना पाए। अभी हम इस लड़ाई में जारी रहेगा, संघर्ष जारी रहेगा। आप देखेंगे हमारे जीवन में इतना बड़ा जो है वो आ गया है, गैप आ गया है, उसको कोई पूरा नहीं, उस कमी को कोई पूरा नहीं कर सकता। पर यह है कि उसको न्याय मिलना चाहिए। इसी आशा के साथ हम सब लड़े, शक्ति दे भगवान हमें कि हम आगे बढ़ते रहें।
सर, ये सच बात है कि जो भी पूरी प्रक्रिया हो रही है वो तुषा को न्याय दिलाने के लिए हो रही है, और जिस चीज़ का आपने जिक्र किया कि जो गिरिबाला सिंह थी, उनकी जो एंटीसिपेटरी बेल थी उसको कल हाई कोर्ट ने जो है खारिज कर दिया है। जिस चीज़ को लेकर आप लोग सबके सामने आए, जिसके लिए आप लोग उम्मीद कर रहे हैं कि तुषा को न्याय मिलेगा, ये जो कल कोर्ट का फैसला आया है उससे कितनी उम्मीद सर आप लोगों को जगी है कि तुषा को न्याय मिलेगा? बिल्कुल, बहुत उम्मीद जगी है, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, और पूरा भरोसा है कि सीबीआई इस ट्रुथ को बाहर निकाल के लाएगी। जो छुपा दिया गया था वो सब बाहर आएगा, और आने वाले समय में हमारा संघर्ष और तेज रहेगा। हम आगे एक एक कदम आगे बढ़ते रहेंगे सभी लोगों के सहयोग के साथ में। ये बहुत ही अच्छा जो है निर्णय आया है, और उम्मीद है आगे हम न्याय की तरफ, प्रक्रिया की तरफ बढ़ेंगे और भरोसा जगाए। आज पब्लिक का भरोसा जगेगा कि न्याय से, कानून से ऊपर कोई नहीं है। ये एक चीज़ कायम हो गई है। आज इसने एग्जाम्पल सेट किया है इस डिसीज़न ने कि कानून से ऊपर कोई नहीं है। हमें बहुत इस बात का संतोष है।
कल विस्तृत सुनवाई के उपरांत माननीय उच्च न्यायालय ने कुछ बिंदुओं को बड़े ही गंभीरता से लिया है, जैसे कि मृतिका त्विषा शर्मा के शरीर में 7 एंटी मॉर्टम इंजरीज पाई गई हैं। ये गंभीर अपराध की ओर संकेत करती है। दूसरा कि गिरिबाला सिंह के द्वारा नोटिस प्राप्त होने के बाद भी हमारी इन्वेस्टिगेटिंग टीम को वांछित सहयोग नहीं दिया, जो कि शर्त थी उनको अग्रिम जमानत दिए जाने की, उसका भी उल्लंघन होता है। दूसरा, जो भी व्हाट्सएप चैट हैं उनका समग्र अगर हम अध्ययन करेंगे तो उसमें एक बात स्पष्ट रूप से निकल करके आती है कि त्विषा शर्मा को मानसिक रूप से प्रताड़ित किया गया।
A four-member team of the CBI, including a lady officer, is inside the residence of Giribala Singh, and they are questioning her inside. The High Court on Tuesday tore apart the anticipatory bail granted to Giribala Singh in the sensational Tusha Sharma's death case, observing that the trial court had ignored crucial evidence, failed to properly appreciate witness statements, and overlooked serious allegations surrounding the mysterious death of 33-year-old woman inside this house in Bhopal. In a scathing 17-page order, Justice Dev Narayan Mishra quashed the anticipatory bail granted by the Bhopal Sessions Court.
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार, विमल बोलो जुबान केसरी।
There's a transition taking place, Mr. Ponnana, and we're hearing that there will be a change of guard by the end of this week. Any light you can throw on that?
No, you see, as I said, it's hard for me to say anything. It is the Chief Minister's decision. Siddaramaiah is one of the tallest leaders that Karnataka has seen. He has been Chief Minister for 8 years. So it is, most appropriate and necessary, if you ask me, that these decisions, sensitive decisions, come straight from him rather than we go around.
Mr. Ponnana, you're not just another Congress MLA. You are part of the Siddaramaiah inner circle. You've been an advisor to him. He depends on your advice. You've spent a lot of time with him today, crucially as well. What next for the Chief Minister? What next for Siddaramaiah after this transition? He has a towering legacy. He has a huge base that will be very curious about where he lands next. Give us something that we can talk about.
Yeah, the Congress party, I am sure, will, in the eventuality that you are contemplating right now, it's not what I am saying. In that eventuality, then I'm sure the Congress party has thought out some strategy to ensure that his support base continues with the Congress and continues to help us electorally.
But there's been a lot of speculation, obviously nothing formal, about a central role, something in the Rajya Sabha, leader of the opposition. Is that something Mr. Siddaramaiah would be open to, sir?
Yeah. Perhaps the High Command, perhaps he is thinking on those lines, but we'll have to wait and watch. It's too early to comment on these things.
Like I said, Mr. Ponnana, you've spent a lot of time with the Chief Minister, including today when he wasn't really out and about. He went out a couple of times alone, and I saw you with him as well. What's on his mind? What's the mood inside the Chief Minister's residence right now? What is Mr. Siddaramaiah thinking?
No, I was with him. When we went from his residence to the Vidhan Saudha. We went there to receive the Backward Classes Commission's report, which is one of his most passionate issue. So we received that report from the Backward Class Commission Chairman Madhusudan Nayak and his team. And he's, as I said, he is very, very, very seasoned and a very experienced man. He has seen the ups and downs of public life. He has been Deputy Chief Minister, and in that position he had to step down and then expelled from the Janata Dal IS. had to contest a by-election, very hotly contested one. And he has come through the ranks, so he has seen these things, and I'm sure he has the wherewithal to digest this kind of issue when it rises.
What did you discuss with Chief Minister Siddaramaiah? Welcome back to NDTV's rolling coverage of the Karnataka Game of Thrones. You've come back to me, Shivarur, live outside the Chief Minister's residence just as the breakfast guests are leaving. We've just seen KJ George and others departing from the Chief Minister's residence. So the VIP movement, after what has been a momentous breakfast occasion where the Chief Minister Siddaramaiah has communicated in no uncertain terms that he is resigning as Chief Minister very shortly, and he will be supporting DK Shivakumar's name as his successor Chief Minister. This is an enormous milestone in Karnataka politics as we stay live here at NDTV's best vantage point, showing you exactly the VIPs as they come out from this breakfast venue inside Kaveri. I will ensure personally that you miss absolutely nothing. We've got reporters here who will make sure that you miss absolutely none of the voices as well of the ministers and cabinet persons who emerge from here. Let me quickly begin with the headlines, a quick reminder of the headlines at this time. NDTV told you first, and we can confirm now, Karnataka is set for Chief Minister DK Shivakumar. The DK era has officially begun. Siddaramaiah set to resign at 3 p.m. as Chief Minister. Shivakumar's big moment is finally here in Karnataka. The inside track on DK Shivakumar's oath taking. His camp sources say he's set to take oath as CM on Saturday. More leaders from backward, Dalit and minority communities will for certain join the new DK Shivakumar cabinet. Siddaramaiah has communicated to the cabinet that he is resigning. He will be stepping down at 3 p.m. today at the governor's house. But sources say he is not willing to move out of Karnataka to Delhi on a Rajya Sabha role. He wishes to continue as MLA, and that makes it complicated for the new DK Shivakumar dispensation. Tamil Nadu Chief Minister Vijay meets Modi in Delhi but skips a key meeting with the Gandhis. Sources say Vijay Gandhi's meet likely next week. There were some scheduling mismatches. And trouble mounts for Twisha Sharma's mother-in-law Giribala Singh, who is likely to be arrested after her bail was cancelled. CBI team currently at her home in Bhopal. That could be the big breaking story in a short while from now.
Presented by Canara Bank. Together we can.
And this is the big breaking story we're getting to you here on NDTV. The breakfast, the power breakfast inside the Chief Minister's residence is over. Siddaramaiah has said this to all his cabinet colleagues over breakfast. He said, the Congress High Command has proposed DK Shivakumar as the next Chief Minister. I have agreed to this. Big words from Siddaramaiah, the outgoing Chief Minister. It is important we follow the directions of the High Command. Breaking it as always, first and exclusive here on NDTV is Deepak Bopana, who's been speaking to ministers while they've been having breakfast inside. You know, words that nobody ever knew Siddaramaiah would ever say. I have agreed to the High Command's recommendation that DK Shivakumar will be his successor. It's done, Deepak.
Yes, many were saying that, we should really watch out for the next move of Mr. Siddaramaiah. Is there going to be suspense? Is there going to be more drama? He is putting all of this to rest, Shiv. And it's an indicator of many things. It's an indicator of we should right now give credit where it's due. The High Command probably has handled this just the way they would have liked this to play out. And, they've done this in the recent past. They've not repeated the mistakes of, say, Madhya Pradesh, of, say, Punjab, of, say, Chhattisgarh and even Rajasthan, for example. So, right now, with Siddaramaiah very clearly saying, the proposal was made for me to step down, for DK Shivakumar to take over. I have accepted that proposal, and now I want you to support him is an indicator that he has put out. So that means when the CLP meeting happens, you're not going to have people, really try to make things difficult. You're not going to have now new names thrown around. It is making the transition as smooth as it can be. Now I'm told very soon the legal advisor to the Chief Minister or somebody else with him could be going to meet the governor's secretary, because the governor is not here. Today is a public holiday here for Eid, and so the secretary is on the way to the governor.
You know all the things. Why do you want it from my...
But you were there in the meeting, sir.
I was there in the meeting. I have attended the meeting.
So what is it? You were there in the meeting.
We have all thanked the Honorable Chief Minister for guiding us in all these years. Okay? Thank you.
Has he offered to resign, sir? Has he offered to resign?
He will speak to you. He has already called a press conference. He will speak to you and explain everything to you.
CM is going to Delhi, sir.
ಹೌದು ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದೇನೆ.
Sir, today evening, sir.
Yeah.
Churcha, sir. CM is going to Delhi. Yes.
Okay, so there is no more suspense over the resignation, and there is no more suspense over DK Shivakumar becoming the Chief Minister. That are happening right now, viewer. I have to be very clear with you. The people of Karnataka are especially interested in this. The discussions and negotiations are happening on the composition of the cabinet, who is going to be the Deputy Chief Minister or Chief Ministers, and where the power centers are going to be. Remember, Siddaramaiah is flying to Delhi later this evening after he submits his resignation at about 3 p.m, where he's going to be meeting Rahul Gandhi and the Congress leadership over what the Siddaramaiah element in this new power center in Karnataka is going to look like. There is going to be a degree of pushback from DK Shivakumar, who will be anointed the new Chief Minister, but the fact remains that the High Command still has its work cut out. Our political editor Vasudha Venugopal is with me live here. She's been working her phones. Vasudha, the resignation is happening. 3 p.m. is when it's happening. The governor's secretary is coming especially to the Lok Bhavan, where the resignation will be given. Siddaramaiah will be going there and submitting that resignation because Governor Thawar Singh Gehlot is not in town. He's in Indore meeting a relative. But that has proven to be a non-issue because the protocol will continue as far as resignation is concerned. Deepak, breaking very important information that Siddaramaiah has communicated formally over breakfast that I am going with the High Command's decision for DK Shivakumar to be my successor. Now what happens? Now what are the negotiations that are taking place?
I was speaking to people inside, and they said that Siddaramaiah has also taken it incumbent upon himself to make it clear that he stands with the transition and he wants it to go on as smoothly as possible, because I think that, he wants to tell the High Command that I am doing what you wanted, now you also give me what I want. And I think negotiations have also moved on, deliberations have also moved on to the other phase of appointments, which is Deputy CMs. Pressure groups, factions want at least 3 Deputy CMs, 1 Lingayat, 1 SC and 1 OBC. It all depends on the High Command to take that final call, because the High Command is also very clear that it will not...
Just one word. What happened in the meeting?
No reactions coming in. All the microphones poked inside the VIP vehicles as they come out, but very few ministers are actually willing to speak. 1 or 2 have said that, we are thanking the Chief Minister, we are thanking him for his service across all these years. But many of these people who are leaving right now, Vasudha, are people who will be hoping that they have a spot in the new dispensation as well. So they also don't want to overstep.
Yes, they all, the whole thing happened, Shiv, because a huge section of the MLAs moved from the loyalty space to the neutral space. I think a lot of them are part of that camp who want to showcase themselves as the High Command camp, not Siddaramaiah's camp, not DK Shivakumar's camp, because now every call is being not just endorsed by the centre, every decision is being taken by Delhi, except of course the menu that was served to them. And I think that is why all of them are leaving without speaking, because they don't want to overstep, they don't want to be seen as vouching for any leader. They want to take their own time and possibly be also accommodated in the new Karnataka.
I don't blame them. Okay. Yeah, the governor will take the final call. Vasudha is breaking that crucial piece of information that the oath taking will take place likely on Saturday, but the governor, obviously, as is the formal protocol here, will be the person who takes that final decision. And the reason for that also is that Siddaramaiah will be flying to Delhi later this evening, which presumably means that he will spend tomorrow there and then return to Bengaluru at some point tomorrow. and then Saturday becomes the oath-taking ceremony. Just a very quick word. I want to show my viewers the mad scramble that's taking place outside Kaveri. You know, this is the Windsor Manor junction of Bengaluru, very popular spot. Look at the mad scramble here. Huge amount of media. You can see Deepak also in the frame, and they're all scrambling to get a word from each minister, you know, who's up in the air. They don't know if they're going to have a ministerial berth in a few hours from now or a few days from now. All of that is part of the next chapter in Karnataka's power play. We can't call it Game of Thrones, but maybe it's game of nobility, game of kingdoms really, of you know, what each of these ministers is going to have. Are they going to remain just ordinary MLAs, or do they become higher powers in the new dispensation? Very, very important. But Vasudha, key piece of breaking news that you've just brought in. Saturday likely to be the oath-taking ceremony, not tomorrow, but it's still the governor's decision.
Absolutely. I spoke to Congress sources, and they're telling me the governor will decide. We'll want it as soon as possible. The CLP meeting is also expected to take place. DK Shivakumar has expressed an interest that he wants to be with spiritual gurus now. Remember that Karnataka is known for being a state with religious. Santosh Lad, the Labour Minister, Deepak is breaking. One of the closest confidants of Siddaramaiah was in tears when Deepak spoke to him. Deepak, did the Chief Minister get emotional today?
Well, I'm told that the Chief Minister was pretty emotional when he spoke inside. He's not a expressive man usually, but you know, in such situations, you know, he does get emotional. And I asked Santosh Lad that specific question. Santosh Lad is very close to you know, Siddaramaiah. We should also understand Santosh Lad comes from the JDS. You know, these are people who've seen Siddaramaiah not just from the Congress days, but even before that. So it's very essential to see that bond. And today, as soon as I asked him that question, I could see tears, and he held on to his eyes, and then he couldn't talk. He just moved. I think we've got that on our cameras. Probably we'll play that up for our viewers.
We'll play that out for our viewers. Santosh Lad, Minister, breaking down, getting emotional when Deepak asked him whether the Chief Minister broke down inside over breakfast.
Yeah, and this kind of shows you know, the emotions that there are for Siddaramaiah. While we all look at it from a political lens shift, there is a deep emotional lens that we should probably look at this pictures from as well, because this is a very, very significant moment in Karnataka politics. It's an end of an era in many ways. One of the tallest leaders that the state has seen. When Yedurappa stepped down and he got emotional in the Well of the House, I remember how surreal that moment was. And this is going to be very, very similar. And till now, we've not seen pictures of Mr. Siddaramaiah make that announcement. And when he does,
which also he has agreed, and he has told that to us, and it will be a unanimous choice. There is no rift, no dissent, nothing. DK Shivakumar will be the next Chief Minister.
Siddaramaiah is going to Rajya Sabha.
No, he is not going to Rajbhavan. Rajya Sabha. Rajya Sabha is not going. Rajbhavan he is going at 3 o'clock.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so the Congress, Deepak, come back here. The Congress wants the oath-taking to take place as early as Saturday. You know, there is a concern, and Vasudha has just broken that news. There is a eagerness not to let there be a vacuum in Bengaluru for too long. You know, in the current circumstances, even one day is an eternity. But if the resignation takes place today at 3 p.m. like you've been reporting, then day after tomorrow is when that oath-taking is likely to happen. The final call, of course, is the governor's.
Yes, the CLP meeting is a formality now, considering Mr. Siddaramaiah himself has made it very clear to his you know, cabinet colleagues and the leaders that, well, I have accepted what the High Command has wanted. And he has also said that the High Command wants this transition, and he's named the person who's going to take over from him, that is Mr. DK Shivakumar. So he's left no void, he's left no suspense. He's made this public. So, you know, now in front of the media, whether he's going to make this similar statement, that would really put everything to rest. It will end speculation, protests, or anything of this sort. So it really makes way for a smooth transition. So if you ask me whether it's going to happen you know, tomorrow, probably unlikely. That's where Saturday comes into the picture, because everything will fall in place after a CLP meeting. Again, Mr. You know, DK Shivakumar would want the Congress top brass here. He would want neighbouring chief ministers to probably come here. He would want this to be a big event, and he's been waiting for this shift for you know, first 2.5 years, and then extended by 6 more months. So he's waited for 3 years for this moment.
I'm going to come to DK Shivakumar in just a moment, because he's the you know, he's the man in the hot seat now. He's going to be the chief minister in a couple of days from now. But you know, the air of Siddaramaiah in Karnataka is not going to blow away in a hurry. You know, the style of Siddaramaiah's politics, the memories of what his schemes have been here, his enormous mass appeal across the Ahinda communities and others are going to be remembered for a very long time. Right now, when he goes to Delhi later this evening, Vasudha, who will be accompanying him? I'm guessing A.S. Ponnanna will be with him, but other than that, who else will be with him? Because all the ministers will now be wondering, wait, you know, we were part of the muscle flex day before yesterday. Where are we standing today?
Yeah, they've all moved to the neutral space, but like Deepak would also agree with me, some of them have steadfastly stayed with Siddaramaiah, and I'm sure they will also be accompanying Siddaramaiah as he goes to Delhi. I'm told that he wants to meet Rahul Gandhi, but he will be definitely asked to meet KC Venugopal for sure, because remember that KC Venugopal was tasked with the responsibility of getting an answer from Siddaramaiah. Congress is very keen on getting Siddaramaiah as part of one of its Rajya Sabha MPs. It also wants gravitas, heavyweight, and Rahul Gandhi also wants to showcase him as a successful ex-chief minister who comes from the OBC background, who has not been pushed into the shadows of resignation, of retirement. Because remember, of the 4 states that of Congress rules right now, he's the only OBC chief minister and he's not resigned yet. For the Congress party, the optics is as important as what happens in practical terms, because Rahul Gandhi's own politics hinges on this narrative, on this campaign that revolves around the OBC SC/STs, which is why the nature and character of the new cabinet is also going to be something that reflects Rahul Gandhi's vision for Karnataka and not necessarily DK Shivakumar or Siddaramaiah's.
And the priority will be to make sure that this doesn't look like Siddaramaiah is being put out to pasture, which makes what happens next a huge challenge, because Siddaramaiah has resisted this entire idea of him going to the Rajya Sabha. Ritu has just spoken to a man who is widely seen as being a very big mover and shaker of this transition, and that is DK Suresh, the brother of the man who's becoming Chief Minister. Take a look.
Shivakumar, sir. So, long-time dream of yours, do you think is coming true for you, sir? One comment, sir. Sir, one comment. So, one comment.
We will wait, we will wait.
So, do you think this is a good time that has really come for DK Shivakumar, sir?
We will wait.
But so one thought, you've been long time waiting. You've always expressed your thought about it, that you want to see your brother as the Chief Minister, sir. So one comment on it, sir.
Sir, everybody
now it
is
has become very clear that he is tendering the resignation, Chief Minister, sir. So what would you like to
what do you have to say to
Siddaramaiah?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
You know, DK Suresh being very circumspect, Vasudha, Ritu just caught him and he said, we will wait, not wanting to put anything out. But clearly also a personal victory for him, because we knew that he was on the front lines of this. I want to ask you now about the Deputy Chief Minister's post. DK Shivakumar will be getting out of that Deputy Chief Minister's post and becoming the Chief Minister. Now the big question is, who is going to be the Deputy Chief Minister or Chief Ministers? Because that is where some of the power flexing might actually happen and where Siddaramaiah might want to put his imprint. What are you hearing right now?
I'll tell you what both the camps are thinking. DK Shivakumar has made it very clear that the High Command needs to take a call, and of the 3 deputy CMs who are being talked about, he says at least one should be of my choice, but he has left it to the High Command because he says that he is confident of taking all of this as a probation thing, and he's confident of making a mark by himself, and he's quite happy that he's getting this post and he wants to bring in change by himself. He does not want to put any more pressure on the High Command. The High Command is very clear that every decision will not be endorsed by the High Command, it will be decided by the national leadership. Siddaramaiah is also very emphatic that all his coterie members have to be shifted, and he keeps talking about him being an Ahinda leader, which is why he thinks that Dalit, OBC and Lingayat, Lingayat is not what he's wanting for, but he wants deputy chief ministers to be from his camp. What we are told is that there could be at least 3 or 2 or none. That's what the thing is, because High Command does not want any more power centers, because the High Command also wants to put an end to this, to this ever, prevalent story of fights between factions. It wants to also send out a message that the party is very serious about governance and management for the future and preparation for the elections that are coming up.
It's, the emphasis on the High Command using this as an opportunity to end the shadow boxing and this tug of war is enormous, Vasudha. If after all this, if after this kind of traumatic transition of power, which has not been easy on anyone, if after all this also there is still some, dual power centers, muscle flexing, Siddaramaiah, spoiling DK Shivakumar's day, etc. If that happens, it will make the High Command look very, very bad. It will show that they haven't been able to use the opportunity of transition to solve this meandering problem, which they frankly didn't know how to solve all these years. But they've used, strategic compulsions of a looming election in order to effect change and create this generational reset. But the pressure will still be on the High Command in how it now chooses these smaller elements. The big work is done. Siddaramaiah is out, DK Shivakumar is in, but even these small decisions like ministers, representation, you provided excellent details yesterday, Vasudha, about what Rahul Gandhi wants of the cabinet, younger, minority faces, backward classes, OBCs, Dalits, etc. The way this is going to go, even with DK Shivakumar saying, I don't want to nitpick now, give me a chance to be Chief Minister, but let the High Command decide. These are all potential problem areas as well.
Yeah. Jagan, the Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, had 7 Deputy Chief Ministers at one point, and we know what really happened, right? And we know, do you even remember the Deputy Chief Ministers that BJP has had in Bihar? We don't remember because Deputy Chief Ministers are often seen as, ceremonial posts and also posts that are put in place for representation. We saw the Maharashtra story of the NDA as well, and for the Congress party, the Deputy CM posts have never worked. They've always worked in disadvantage to the party because you also lead to different power centers. And that's something that the High Command is very clear that it doesn't want to do. DK Shivakumar surprisingly has made it very clear that he is okay with everything that the High Command wants. In some ways, he's also raring to go. He has said that he'll be deciding very fast, and that's something that he is known for because he is not a channi. And the Congress party has also decided this 2.5 years before elections, which actually is a good thing for the Congress party. Remember, Channi appointment in Punjab happened just weeks, like 3 months before elections. So, we are comparing bad to worse here. But then I think DK Shivakumar is also happy that he's finally getting this post and he's raring to go and he's raring to make that difference that the party wants.
It's very important, considering that he's getting what he has been fighting for such a long time. Maybe some of these smaller nitty-gritties are being blurred out in his political vision right now, saying that, look, I've got what I asked for most. Let me not overstep right now and make too many detailed, granular demands as to what the kingdom is going to look like. But, one aspect I also want to describe, and we've got Deepak walking around here, we've got Ritu at the governor's office because 3 p.m. is when Siddaramaiah will be leaving from here to submit his resignation to the governor's secretary. Remember, Thawar Singh Gehlot, the governor, is not in town. He's in Indore visiting a sick relative. But Vasudha, the idea of Siddaramaiah, like you said, when he meets with Rahul Gandhi and the leadership today, he's going to say, like you rightly pointed out, that I've done what you asked of me. Now here are some of the things that I want. And one of those things I'm presuming, will be that I don't want this Rajya Sabha enticement or offer that you've put on the table. I want to stay in Karnataka. Please respect my dignity and the optics. I want to remain in Karnataka, but as you rightly said, him remaining in Karnataka willy-nilly means dual power centers. You can't have a quiet, innocuous, unobtrusive Siddaramaiah. So then what happens with the High Command?
Absolutely. I think the High Command will have to honor a lot of his wishes because I believe, Shiv, that Siddaramaiah is not just an OBC leader or a chief minister for the Congress party. He's a rationalist. He's often taken on, the Hindutva ideology. He's taken on the BJP on ideological terms. He comes from a very poor family. He comes from the Kuruba, the shepherd family. And this is the kind of model chief minister that the party would want to show because Rahul Gandhi keeps talking about the most deprived sections of the party. Of course, Revant Reddy cannot be a model chief minister. Or for that matter, even V.D. Satishan, who's very intellectual, who keeps reading books all the time. Siddaramaiah was the rationalist, secular chief minister from the OBC background who could be your, not just a ceremonial government person, the administrator who has experience and who also in some ways shows that the Congress party values, people from deprived sections of society. But he's not a thorough Congress person who has also become Congress person in the last many years. DK Shivakumar, by projecting him, the party is making it clear that it rewards organizational loyalty. At the same time also rewards people who don't who are not rebelling against the party. In the last few years, we've seen so many people like Jyotiraditya Scindia leave the party on not a very good note. DK Shivakumar stayed on even during the most difficult, challenging time for the party. This is time for a reward, but at the same time, it's also time for the party to reflect on the kind of contribution that Mr. Siddaramaiah has made, not just because of the community that he comes from, also because the ideas that he represents.
Rahul Gandhi and the High Command will be hoping that they can stop having to babysit Karnataka right now from a leadership perspective. That they can finally sleep with both eyes closed, not one eye open, looking at what the latest chapter in this DK Siddaramaiah Jhagda is going to be all about. But like you rightly said, I don't think it's going to be that simple. And for things to actually settle down into a predictable kind of format, it probably will take a few days and weeks. And that's where the suspense actually lies. Confirmation that Siddaramaiah is flying to Delhi later this evening after he submits his resignation at the governor's house is something we can confirm to you. NDTV had told you first early this morning that he was planning to fly to Delhi. That was Deepak Bopana's piece of breaking news. Now we can categorically confirm that he will be flying to Delhi to meet with the Congress High Command. Separate meeting with Rahul Gandhi is also planned. And like Vasudha and I have been discussing over the last hour or so, this has to do with him communicating both modalities, the terms of transfer, what he wants, but also I imagine a kind of sentimental touching of base after his resignation. I wonder, Vasudha, whether Siddaramaiah will, as a politician with such an incredible base, do some kind of a. You remember Jagan going on a thank you yatra across Andhra Pradesh. I wonder whether Siddaramaiah, with his enormous mass base, will do something similar. Maybe the next thing on his political agenda is a tour of Karnataka thanking the people of the state.
Absolutely. Shiv, what I understand is that Siddaramaiah will be visiting Lok Bhavan today at 2:30, and there is a possibility that he'll also be addressing a press conference at his official residence at 3 p.m. We'll have to get this checked, but this is what I hear from sources, that there is a possibility, a strong possibility of him talking to media and announcing what he has done. Also putting in perspective what he, what this means to him and why he's doing this. And after that, probably is when he leaves for Delhi.
Okay, very important update. And remember, this story is fluid. The times and plans are changing. So 2:30 is when Siddaramaiah is likely to submit his resignation. 3 p.m. there could be some kind of a press conference. Deepak is back with us here. Deepak, Vasudha hearing 2:30 resignation.
Yeah, it's official. 2:30 is where he's going to the governor. 3 o'clock he's called for a press conference at Krishna. That will be the last time he goes to the office. This is the official. Krishna is the official office. Kaveri is the official residence. They're adjacent to each other. He can move past it. So that's officially confirmed. One other thing, Shiv, I just hopped onto the car with Mr. Ramlinga Reddy. Managed to have a short interaction. The minister says the CLP could take 2 to 3 days. I asked him specifically, will the CLP happen tomorrow? He said unlikely. And then he says the oath taking could take probably 4 to 5 days. So this is going to happen not as soon.
Possibly not Saturday also.
Not Saturday, considering the fact that we were hoping that the Congress thinks that leaving a vacuum would be a problem, but now that problem has been solved, because the vacuum would have been a problem if Mr. Siddaramaiah would have left any sort of open-ended answers or questions there. But he's clarified that he, the heir to the throne is Mr. DK Shivakumar, and I support that decision. So there's no more confusion about what will happen. But what will happen now is hectic parlays about who's going to be in the cabinet, how the cabinet formation is going to be, more importantly the formula of deputy chief ministers. This is going to come into picture. Whether the oath taking is just going to be Mr. DK Shivakumar, will it be a few cabinet colleagues? Most likely there'll be full cabinet ministers as well who will be taking oath with him. It is not just going to be him, but it's going to take about 2 to 3 days. Mr. Siddaramaiah going to Delhi also is almost certain.
It's amazing how the information is changing almost every 10 minutes. 2:30, but this is big. This is very big as far as an update goes. 2:30 p.m. is the resignation by Chief Minister Siddaramaiah at the governor's office, and then at 3 p.m. behind me is Krishna, which is the the Chief Minister's office, and the Chief Minister's residence is called Kaveri. They are adjacent, as Deepak said. At Krishna is where he will address a press conference. That will be the first time in public, I imagine, Deepak, where Siddaramaiah will be announcing his resignation. We'll be tracking him at the governor's house, but his first words on camera will be at that press conference.
In fact, we were discussing this yesterday, didn't we? Come to that point where whether he's going to make this announcement before he goes to the governor. He wants all of this to be very formal because, like I said, this is not just any other chief minister. The longest-standing chief minister of Karnataka, longest-standing opposition leader of Karnataka. The kind of heavyweight positions he's held is not small, and now he wants it to be as per formality. He would have, of course, liked Mr. Thawarchand Gehlot to be there because, like we said, it is at the end of the day a photograph that's going to go probably in his living room. Here you have another MLA, in fact, a very close aide of Mr. Siddaramaiah. Okay, he's probably not going to want to comment at this point in time. So let's try and get the people later to comment. But as of now, his press conference is scheduled after a formal resignation. So he wants it to be as per protocol, as per formality, not wanting to leave any sort of suspense.
Deepak's just spoken to Ramalinga Reddy, Minister. Here's what he said.
With me, sir, at the breakfast meeting, tell us how the emotions were like. The Chief Minister, longest standing Chief Minister of Karnataka, stepping down must have definitely been an emotional moment.
Longest Chief Minister and longest opposition leader also.
Yeah.
For 8 years he was Chief Minister, and for 8 years he was opposition leader. He thanked all the ministers for our cooperation. He is going to resign by 3:30 p.m.
Okay.
Governor is not in station, but he will tender resignation to the Secretary of Governor.
Okay. Also, sir, did he get emotional while making this announcement? Was he calm?
My
How was
emotion
it,
is very calm and cool.
So also we are told that he said it that High Command wants Mr. DK Shivakumar to take over as the Chief Minister of Karnataka, and everyone should support the instructions and the wishes of the High Command. Is this true, sir?
You wait for one day.
Okay. When can we expect the oath taking of the new Chief Minister of Karnataka to happen? Would you want to comment on that, sir?
First, his resignation should be accepted. Then CLP, then High Command, some observers will come. Only you have to ask.
But give us a hint, sir, when the CLP is possible. Is it possible tomorrow?
2-3 days.
In 2-3 days, the CLP, not tomorrow?
Not tomorrow.
Not tomorrow.
Not decided.
Okay. So that means the oath taking may differ by another 4 days, 5 days.
3, 4, 5 years.
Okay, so that's Mr. Ramalinga Reddy telling us that the oath taking may take about 3 to 4 days more. Sir, would you finally want to add something as, an era of Karnataka politics is coming to an end with Mr. Siddaramaiah's resignation? What would you like to say finally, sir?
He is a tall leader, and he will be a leader in future also. Not only for me, for all our Congress party and Congress leaders, he will be the leader in future also.
Okay, and will his support always be there for the next Chief Minister, that is Mr. DK Shivakumar?
Definitely he will support.
Thank you so much for speaking to NDTV, sir. Minister Ramalinga Reddy.
Okay, big exclusive there by Deepak with Minister Ramalinga Reddy. Didn't say very much, but spoke at length about what happened inside Deepak. I think everything is set now. Now we've got a pretty clear, sharp, crisp timeline of the way things are going to go. Vasudha, 2:30 at the governor's residence. That's in about 2 hours from now. That's going to happen. Then the press conference. We'll all be at that press conference at Krishna, where the Chief Minister will, I'm guessing, make a nice statement, and then he'll take questions from everyone. Man with a sense of humor, so he'll be in good spirits. I'm sure the optics of that will also be to show that he has been magnanimous. It is because of his generosity and munificence that he has listened to the High Command and allowed this transition to happen. It's happened at a time and place of his choosing as well.
Absolutely. People tell me that, Siddaramaiah is a very shrewd, astute leader, and look at the actions that he has done in the last few hours, accepting the caste census report to having his last press conference in Krishna, which is his official it's his office. It also shows that this is a mass leader who understands the public standing that he has, and also someone who knows what he actually means for the Congress party and for the state, and which is exactly why he has chosen to talk to people, talk to the media directly. He's expected to talk about his journey and also about reasons why he took this call. It also shows that he takes ownership of this decision and also makes it incumbent upon himself to make sure that the transition is right.
I just want to show. Let's go handheld. I want to show our viewers once again the mad scramble that's taking place here for VIP soundbites. Each and every minister emerging from this breakfast right now is a potential element of the DK Shivakumar cabinet. Now, they are being very careful. They are weighing their words. They're saying all the right things. They're being, pretty circumspect about what they want to opine as far as the transition is concerned, simply because their position as minister or MLA could change drastically in the next few hours. None of these people have their place assured. DK Shivakumar, they're leaving. There is the next Chief Minister of Karnataka leaving on your cameras, viewer. That is DK Shivakumar leaving right now from Kaveri. He's had a nice long 2-hour or 3-hour breakfast meeting with the man he replaces. Images live on your screen. The police struggling to clear the cameras as DK Shivakumar, still remember the Deputy Chief Minister of Karnataka, but soon to be the Chief Minister. The swearing in is likely to take place in 3 to 4 days according to NDTV sources, not as early as tomorrow or the day after. Likely to take place only in the next 3 to 4 days because there is still some protocols that need to be gone through before that happens. So on NDTV's cameras, live passage of VIP after VIP. You are potentially looking, viewer, at people who will either be dropped from the cabinet or included in the new cabinet under DK Shivakumar. The power centers have shifted here in Karnataka. There is a new man in town in a few hours from now. In less than 2 hours, Chief Minister Siddaramaiah will be tendering his resignation. Vasudha, none of these people know where they're going to land.
Absolutely. And did you see the way DK Shivakumar just the movement was slower than the way he came inside. He seemed like at ease. He seemed like a man who's relieved. But of course, quiet now. It's been 48 hours since he has spoken to the media. This is very unusual of DK Shivakumar because he knows what is at stake and anything that he does can be taken against him. So he's also making it clear that he is going to get this right this time because the High Command is backing him. Also, this could be the last opportunity for him to make the mark that he was hoping to do in the last many years. Of course, everybody is leaving right now. The action now shifts to Siddaramaiah's official residence. He leaves to go to governor's office at around 2:15, 2:30 is the resignation, and 3 o'clock is when the mass leader, the OBC face of Congress, the longest serving Chief Minister of Karnataka, of Congress in Karnataka, Siddaramaiah will finally address the media and tell them what he did and why he did.
And I'm guessing HK Patil is on the phone line with us. I want to take a very... Okay, we can barely hear commands coming in from Delhi right now, but... HK Patil is on the phone line with us. Mr. Patil, everything seems to be confirmed right now. In a couple of hours from now, the Chief Minister will be resigning. He has also communicated that he supports the succession with DK Shivakumar becoming the Chief Minister after him. Can you confirm that? What can you share with us, sir?
Today we had the breakfast meeting with Honorable Chief Minister. Every one of us were very emotional, including the Chief Minister and Deputy Chief Minister. Honorable Chief Minister Siddaramaiah said he had discussions with High Command and High Command has suggested him to resign, and he has accepted the suggestion and he is going to resign today at 3 o'clock. He is going to Raj Bhavan. And he also said it is suggested that Shivakumar be made the next Chief Minister, for which he has agreed. We all of us who were there in the hall, we agreed to the whatever decision is given by the High Command.
Mr. Patil, what was Mr. Siddaramaiah's mood today at the breakfast meeting? What was his mood? What was the sentiment there, sir, today?
See, he is one of the tallest leaders of the country, and he has served 8 years as Chief Minister. We must appreciate his political determination. The party's mandate is final for him. He has accepted that. Naturally, when bidding farewell, naturally one becomes very emotional. He was emotional and he was nurturing the relations, the support, the cooperation given by his colleagues all these years. Naturally, he was emotional, and we all were emotional.
Mr. Patil, Chief Minister Siddaramaiah will be heading to Delhi later today, we understand, to meet with the High Command. There are discussions that are still pending as to, some of the smaller aspects of formation, including Deputy Chief Ministers and others. Can you throw light on that, sir? Any discussions that have happened already?
See, let me tell you, he is going to Rajbhavan. That much I'm aware.
Yes.
And about his Delhi visit, it was not discussed in meeting. That's why I'm not aware of any other programs. What is?
By when would you say the swearing-in ceremony for DK Shivakumar will take place, sir? The governor is not here. It may take a few days. We understand it. Any clarity on that?
Yeah, it was also mentioned that the governor has gone to Indore. He was told that he is sick and he has gone there. We are expecting governor to come back today night or tomorrow morning. Let us hope that he will return by
Which means
morning.
that the swearing-in of DK Shivakumar could take place at Saturday, Sunday, sir?
It all depends on when governor is returning. After that, there will be a CLP meeting. After that, the governor will have to indicate time and date.
What would you say? Tell us a little bit more, Mr. Patil, of what Mr. Siddaramaiah said while he was thanking all of you for working with him in a historic 8 years as Chief Minister, longest serving Chief Minister of Karnataka. Share with us some of the things that he said to you.
He was grateful to people of Karnataka. He was very much happy, and he was expressing gratitude to his colleagues who have supported him, who have cooperated with him, and who have brought laurels for him. He was also very happy that the Panchi guarantees have made a tremendous success, and he was very happy that the state is being taken to this height with the help of all of us, and he was grateful to the party.
Mr. Patil, one final question. Mr. Siddaramaiah is apparently not very keen on moving out of Karnataka. He does not want to go to the Rajya Sabha, is how we understand it. We don't know for certain. Any light you can throw on that? So he's the son of the soil in Karnataka. His power base is here. His culture is here. It is understandable that he may not want to take a central leadership role in the Congress party. So I ask you, as someone who has been close to Siddaramaiah, what next for this towering politician, sir?
This point was very well asked to Siddaramaiah. He said the High Command has offered him the Rajya Sabha seat, and he also made it candidly clear that he refused accepting that. He would like to continue in the assembly, in the state politics in the coming days.
Thank you very much, Mr. H.K. Patil, for joining us on that conversation. H.K. Patil, minister in this government under Siddaramaiah, confirming first and exclusively here on NDTV that Siddaramaiah has officially turned down the High Command's offer of a Rajya Sabha seat. So this was so far only on sources and on speculation. We can categorically confirm that Siddaramaiah in this breakfast conversation has conveyed to all his colleagues that the High Command had additionally, apart from this transition, offered him a transition from MLA to the Rajya Sabha in Delhi, but he has refused and communicated officially to the High Command that he wishes to continue as MLA and complete his term of the next 2 years, and therefore he will remain in Karnataka. So in no uncertain terms, as NDTV is reported, confirmed once again here by none other than HK Patil, that Siddaramaiah is not going anywhere. He is not moving to Delhi. Let's put that breaking news on our screens right now. He will be going to Delhi to meet Rahul Gandhi later today, but there is no political move from Karnataka to Delhi. It's not going to happen. The Rajya Sabha offer, the Rajya Sabha formula, leader of the opposition, etc., is something that Siddaramaiah, in his power, has chosen to completely decline and refuse at this point of time. I'm going to ask our producers to quickly update me on who we have live right now. Vasudha Venugopal, our political editor, is headed to DK Shivakumar's house, where she will be live with me in just a bit. Let's play out some of our political reactions and come back to the big breaking news. NDTV confirms Siddaramaiah is not shifting to Delhi. He will be staying put here in Karnataka as MLA.
But you were there in the meeting, sir. I was there in the meeting. I attended the meeting. So what is it? You were there in the meeting,
We have all thanked the Honorable Chief Minister
What happened in the
for
meeting?
guiding us in all these years.
क्या दिल्ली सीएम जा रहे हैं? क्या सीएम दिल्ली जा रहे हैं?
सीएम क्यों दिल्ली जाते हैं?
और सर क्या उन्होंने रेजिग्नेशन दिया है? बोला है क्या?
Chief Minister will resign at 3 o'clock. CM Siddaramaiah said we'll make DK Shivakumar the new CM.
Veerappa Moily is joining me live this afternoon, right before Siddaramaiah goes to resign as Chief Minister at the Raj Bhavan very shortly. Mr. Moily, welcome. Your first reactions. Mr. Siddaramaiah has communicated in no uncertain terms that he will be resigning at 2:30 today at the Raj Bhavan, and he supports the succession recommended by the High Command. DK Shivakumar will be the next Chief Minister. Mr. Moily, welcome.
Yeah. You know, as a true and genuine Congress leader, Sri Siddaramaiah has taken a right decision to tender resignation after a series of discussions held at Delhi with Rahulji, Mallikarjuna Kharge and other leaders at Delhi. And it is true to the tradition of Indian National Congress that, the decisions are taken with the highest sense of discipline and morality. And of course, the due course will take place, and there will be a legislature party meeting tomorrow, and in a due course and a most legitimate and democratic way, DK Shivakumar will be elected as the leader, and then he will take oath.
Yeah. Sir, Mr. Siddaramaiah is expected to go to Delhi later this evening as well, meet Rahul Gandhi in the High Command. We understand this is a cordial visit. It's a courtesy call after the resignation as well, to show that the transition, as the High Command desired, has happened successfully. What else is there to negotiate, sir? Right now, there is talk of a completely refreshed ministry, new cabinet ministers likely to be selected. Some demands are being made from the Siddaramaiah camp as well. How do you think these negotiations will go, Mr. Moily?
They're all murmurs, but I don't think, he's an important leader and the tallest leader in Karnataka as far as the Congress is concerned. I don't think, he is going to embarrass High Command, by putting up any plea or putting up any demands. That is only a rumor. I don't think a man of his stature will take recourse to such demands and pressure politics.
He has officially officially shared during the breakfast meeting, Mr. Moily, Mr. Siddaramaiah has officially shared that he has refused the High Command's offer of a Rajya Sabha seat. How do you see that? He says, I don't want to move to Delhi. I want to stay here in Karnataka and finish my MLA tenure. Do you see that as a potential complication in light of the concerns that there will be dual power centers continuing here in Karnataka, or do you not see it as a problem?
I don't think so, because from the very beginning, some of us, we came to Delhi, we served the state, and again came to Delhi and, were involved in many activities in Congress party. And right from the beginning, it was true to the tradition and also the true behavior of Siddaramaiah that he never wanted to come to Delhi, and I don't think there is any intention that remaining here he will create any problem. I think he will totally cooperate.
So what next for Mr. Siddaramaiah in your view? You're a veteran politician who's moved between Bengaluru and Delhi, Mr. Moily, successfully. What next in your view for Mr. Siddaramaiah?
Siddaramaiah, he will definitely work in the interest of the best interest of the Congress party, and will also join hands with Rahulji and also with Shivakumar here to ensure that we come back in 2028 again back to power, and also ensure 2029 the Lok Sabha election and return as many candidates as possible from the Congress party.
As a former Chief Minister of the beautiful state of Karnataka, Mr. Moily, what words would you have for DK Shivakumar, who's all set to become the Chief Minister, and what kind of a Chief Minister do you think he's going to be?
To be very frank with you, I was the first person to induct him as an MLA. So I know him very well that, he's a quite enthusiastic person. He will work hard. He has an ambition and aspirations to build Karnataka. And particularly strong side is irrigation, and there are a number of things to be done, and the number of projects will have to be completed. I think he will totally devote and he will, given the opportunity, I think he will give a clean and the development-oriented governance in Karnataka, and it's a Congress. It's a potentially a strong state for as far as the Congress party is concerned, and the Congress has always left a good legacy, and many strong and veteran chief ministers have served Karnataka. I think he will carry on the legacy of the Congress party with the best of his efforts.
No, it's really good to hear that, you're the one who inducted him as an MLA. He's an 8-term MLA now. So my final question to you then, Mr. Moily, is how do you see the political arc and political journey of DK Shivakumar from a young, feisty MLA who you inducted in Karnataka to a person who's about to become the Chief Minister?
Yeah, he's a robust young person. I have seen him. First I inducted him as the Youth Congress President in Karnataka, and thereafter he rose up to highest level, and I also know that the Kanakpura constituency, I worked there in the by-elections in that particular place, and he, he's a hard worker and honest worker, and definitely, and he has been throughout in the Congress party, he served the best interest of the party, and in good and bad times, he has been with the Congress party. I think he will serve the party well and also the state very well.
Veerappa Moily, thank you very much for speaking to NDTV. Nice talking to you, sir. Great to hear that, you were in charge when he was being inducted as Youth Congress President and then as a young MLA 8 terms ago in Karnataka. So, incredible. In Karnataka, people across party lines, here we're talking about the Congress, of course, but people across party lines have a certain degree of bonhomie and respect for each other, which is quite uncommon in other states. But it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. There's a great deal of respect for Siddaramaiah from across the aisle in the BJP and the JDS as well. Remember, Siddaramaiah came from the JDS and has become the most towering figure of the modern Congress in Karnataka, the longest serving Chief Minister of the state ever. Many records have been broken. The legacy of Siddaramaiah remains. only an hour and a half to go before the formal resignation is put in. 2:30 p.m. is when he resigns at the governor's residence, and then there will be a grand press conference at 3 p.m. at the Chief Minister's office right behind me. It'll be the last time that Siddaramaiah enters that space on a day that he was the Chief Minister. Come right back. Our live coverage continues. The biggest voices, as you've just seen, will always, I promise you, be here first on NDTV. Our reporters are at DK Shivakumar's house. We'll have the first word from inside the breakfast room as well, all after this very short break. Stay with us.
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा, क्या स्वाद है? अरे मेरे राजा, मसाला।
Higher end, check the audio. Higher end, check the audio. Let's do it. Let's start. Big news that we're breaking first here on NDTV.
We know for sure that they have, confirmed their support to him.
We've got a picture of the letter, the breaking story. We're jumping straight into it.
We do not want to be part of an experiment.
Show around and then come to me at the Nehru Stadium in Chennai.
Unconditional support.
Time killer of TVK is here with us.
We've got Mr. Dinakaran with us here. Veera, why aren't you also dancing?
Vijay is coming out, TVK chief.
Big breaking story here on NDTV. Nobody else has these details. Thank you for all the support. Thank you for the viewership. Thank you for the love.
Economy, business, world, technology. Noise filtered, numbers decoded. Insights that rewire your worldview. From governance to growth, we connect the dots. Your daily edge, your global advantage. India Business Report with me, Gauri Dwivedi, weeknights on NDTV Profit.
Our pure Shahi Paneer Masala. Delicious, healthy, every day.
Across the country, he has tracked the pulse of power from Washington to Korea. Witnessed history being made in global capitals and conflict zones. Brought clarity to complex issues of national security and international affairs. Aditya Raj Kaul, covering international affairs like no one else. Only on NDTV network.
मीठा या नमकीन, चाहे जैसे खाओ, 100% सूजी से बनी आर प्योर वर्मिसेली, स्वादिष्ट, सेहतमंद, हर रोज।
There's a transition taking place, Mr. Ponnanna, and we're hearing that there will be a change of guard by the end of this week. Any light you can throw on that?
No, you see, as I said, it's hard for me to say anything. It is the Chief Minister's decision. Siddaramaiah ji is one of the tallest leaders that Karnataka has seen. He has been Chief Minister for 8 years. So it is, most appropriate and necessary, if you ask me, that these decisions, sensitive decisions, come straight from him rather than we go around.
Mr. Ponnanna, you're not just another Congress MLA. You are part of the Siddaramaiah inner circle. You've been an advisor to him. He depends on your advice. You've spent a lot of time with him today, crucially as well. What next for the Chief Minister? What next for Siddaramaiah after this transition? He has a towering legacy. He has a huge base that will be very curious about where he lands next. Give us something that we can talk about.
Yeah, the Congress party, I am sure, will, in the eventuality that you are contemplating right now, it's not what I am saying. In that eventuality, then I'm sure the Congress party has thought out some strategy to ensure that his support base continues with the Congress and continues to help us electorally.
But there's been a lot of speculation, obviously nothing formal, about a central role, something in the Rajya Sabha, leader of the opposition. Is that something Mr. Siddaramaiah would be open to, sir?
Yeah. Perhaps the High Command is thinking on those lines, but we'll have to wait and watch. It's too early to comment on these things.
You know, like I said, Mr. Ponnanna, you've spent a lot of time with the Chief Minister, including today when he wasn't really out and about. He went out a couple of times alone, and I saw you with him as well. What's on his mind? You know, what's the mood inside the Chief Minister's residence right now? What is Mr. Siddaramaiah thinking?
No, I was with him. When we went from his residence to the Vidhan Saudha. We went there to receive the Backward Classes Commission's.
This morning in Bengaluru, a defining image. DK Shivakumar touching Siddaramaiah's feet. A gesture of respect, a signal of transition, and perhaps the final act of a carefully negotiated power shift. Inside the Chief Minister's breakfast meeting, hugs, smiles, blessings, and tears. All powerful optics. And then Siddaramaiah confirming to his ministers that he will be stepping down. Will it be a smooth transition is the big question, the transition that the Congress has been hoping for, or will there be some obstacles on the way? From the breakfast diplomacy to the blessing politics to the beginning of the DKS era. This is Breaking Ground. We bring you the headlines at the top of the hour. Shivakumar's big moment is finally here. Karnataka set for DKS era. Siddaramaiah set to resign as Chief Minister at 2:30 p.m. today. Inside track on DKS's oath taking. DK camp sources say he's set to take oath as Chief Minister. Perhaps on Saturday, more leaders from backward Dalit and minority communities may join the new cabinet. State Minister HK Patil confirms to NDTV that Siddaramaiah has declined taking up the Rajya Sabha post offered by Congress High Command, wishes to continue as MLA. Tamil Nadu Chief Minister Vijay meets Prime Minister Modi in Delhi but skips key meeting with the Gandhi. Sources say that meeting is likely to be rescheduled for next week. Trouble mounts for Twisha's mother-in-law, Giribala, likely to be arrested. CBI team was at her home in Bhopal.
Presented by Canara Bank. Together we can.
All right, we're just going to start with some breaking news at the top of the hour. Karnataka Minister HK Patil has said that DK Shivakumar's oath is likely after 4 days. Siddaramaiah will be resigning as Chief Minister of the state in about an hour and a half from now at 2:30 p.m. and will after that be addressing a press conference at about 3 o'clock. All eyes on who else will be on that dais along with Siddaramaiah when that press conference takes place. Siddaramaiah is likely to leave for Delhi at about 5 o'clock. So a very packed schedule for the outgoing Chief Minister of Karnataka, Siddaramaiah. He will be at the Governor's house at about 2:30 p.m. is what we're being told at the Lok Bhavan, followed by a press conference that will take place half an hour later at 3 o'clock, and then at 5 o'clock, according to sources, Siddaramaiah will be leaving for the national capital. We're also being told that the Congress party wants the oath taking to be as early as Saturday, but the final call resides with the Governor of Karnataka. Deliberations have moved on to who will be the faces when it comes to the deputy chief ministers of the Karnataka government. Factions want at least 3, but the High Command is to take the final call. Ritu is joining me live. Ritu, the focus now shifting to the cabinet portfolios, especially how many deputy chief ministers will there be in DKS's cabinet? Bring us the inside track.
Well, of course, you see, for the cabinet, in fact, to be structured, it will take some more days. In fact, now this is mainly because you have the governor of the state who is apparently not in the state right now, where we are coming live for you directly from. I'll request my Vijay Kumar to show you these visuals at this point in time. How you can see all that media personals, in fact, are here. There's a huge, police deployment as well. The barricades are all in place as well, as we are expecting Siddaramaiah, the Karnataka Chief Minister, apparently to be arrived here at 2:30 is around what we are learning. In fact, 2:30 around is when we're going to see Siddaramaiah arriving at the Lok Bhavan here to tender his resignation. Now, of course, the state governor is in fact not here in the state since he's travelled to Indore for personal reasons, and all likely that never know. You see, he might be returning back today evening as well, depending on his personal situation, or he might be returning back after 1 or 2 days, what my sources are seeing from the governor's office as well. Now, post that, you see, once the resignation is officially accepted by the governor, that's when the party basically here will be able to take a further move as well to call for the CLP, which is expected around, you see, after 3 to 4 days. Now, this is mainly because of the governor's absence here in the state. Now, that's how the the Congress party is basically anticipating as well. Now, post that CLP as well, how things are really going to be discussed during that crucial meeting will be further shaping the the cabinet structure as well therein. Now, of course, I'm also learning through my sources is that almost 75% of new faces will be inducted in this cabinet, and rest of them will be from somebody who are our ministers in a current time as currently as well. Now, this, of course, because the party really needs somewhere the guidance and the support of the senior leaders who come from a very significant community background, so they do not want to drop them abruptly. Now, that's the reason they want to take them along as well. But of course, 75% of them will be new faces. Now, how is that the party is going to balance between DK Shivakumar's camp and Siddaramaiah's camp to send that message out that they stand united, because it's the assembly elections that are going to be approaching here in the state from 2 years now. So what all developments are really going to take place at this juncture will be very important, because that's where somewhere you see the party's prospect will also be further forced.
And Ritu, you're talking about 75% new faces in DKS's cabinet. I want to understand from you what you know from your sources on Rahul Gandhi's push there for more faces from the Dalit community, from the backward communities, from the minority communities.
Come again, sorry?
Ritu, my question to you was that Rahul Gandhi wants to see some faces from, and significant number of faces from the backward community and the Dalit community. What are you picking up on that?
You see, the beauty of Karnataka politics apparently has always been a caste politics. You see, moreover, and performance-based leaders will also have to have the, be coming from that kind of a community as well, because that's where the main picture also therefore lies for the party as well. So that's how you have Rahul Gandhi, in fact, himself being a very young leader, wants to see some young faces with the kind of the political era that we are seeing that's getting changed, just not in Tamil Nadu for that matter, across the nation as well. The way that politics is really taking a new shape when we talk about the youngsters. Now, that's where on the similar lines, of course, Rahul Gandhi wants some new young faces as well here in this cabinet. Now, majorly, you see the young faces when we talk about it, they are mostly the first-time MLAs. They have been very hopeful and have opened their ambition very in an open platform itself to both the senior leaders, Siddaramaiah or for that matter DK Shivakumar. Many of them, in fact, have en route to Delhi a lot of times in the past to convey their message to the party high command, to provide them an opportunity to take up this a chance as well, which will then further help the party in the state, the political scenario as well, on personally as well for these leaders. So yes, needs to be seen. Now, what I am learning through my sources is also that around 4:30 today is when that we're going to see Siddaramaiah, the Chief Minister, currently therein who will be en routing to Delhi, and today evening is that he's going to be meeting Rahul Gandhi as well. Now, since he has abided by what High Command has told him to tender his resignation, he of course, is respecting that call of the High Command and is going to be tendering his resignation here at the Lok Bhavan. Now, post that, in the Rahul Gandhi's meeting, you see, it's about the future of the party. So, you see, there are going to be a fresh talks than what we have seen in the past as well.
All right,
so
Ritu,
now it's going to be moreover on the cabinet.
Today's a day of busy meetings, as Ritu has just pointed out. Just some time back, my colleague Shivarur spoke with H.K. Patil, who did throw light on what happened inside the meeting. He even mentioned there were emotional scenes. All the ministers there got very emotional when the Chief Minister of Karnataka, Siddaramaiah, announced that he will be resigning shortly. Listen into that exclusive conversation.
K. Patil is on the phone line with us. Mr. Patil, everything seems to be confirmed right now. In a couple of hours from now, the Chief Minister will be resigning. He has also communicated that he supports the succession with DK Shivakumar becoming the Chief Minister after him. Can you confirm that? What can you share with us, sir?
Today we had the breakfast meeting with Honorable Chief Minister. Every one of us were very emotional, including the Chief Minister and Deputy Chief Minister. Honorable Chief Minister Siddaramaiah said he had discussions with High Command and High Command has suggested him to resign, and he has accepted the suggestion and he is going to resign today at 3 o'clock. He is going to Raj Bhavan. And he also said it is suggested that Shivakumar be made the next Chief Minister, for which he has agreed. We all of us who were there in the hall, we agreed to the whatever decision is given by the High Command.
Mr. Patil, what was Mr. Siddaramaiah's mood today at the breakfast meeting? What was his mood? What was the sentiment there, sir, today?
See, he is one of the tallest leaders of the country, and he has served 8 years as Chief Minister. We must appreciate his political determination. The party's mandate is final for him. He has accepted that. Naturally, when bidding farewell, naturally one becomes very emotional. He was emotional, and he was nurturing the relations, the support, the cooperation given by his colleagues all these years. Naturally, he was emotional, and we all were emotional.
Mr. Patil, Chief Minister Siddaramaiah will be heading to Delhi later today, we understand, to meet with the High Command. There are discussions that are still pending as to, some of the smaller aspects of formation, including Deputy Chief Ministers and others. Can you throw light on that, sir? Any discussions that have happened already?
See, let me tell you, he is going to Raj Bhavan. That much after.
Yes.
And about his Delhi visit, it was not discussed in meeting. That's why I'm not aware of any other programs. What is?
By when would you say the swearing-in ceremony for DK Shivakumar will take place, sir? The governor is not here. It may take a few days. We understand it. Any clarity on that?
Yeah, it was also mentioned that the governor has gone to Indore. He was told that he is sick, and he has gone there. We are expecting governor to come back today night or tomorrow morning. Let us hope that he will return by
Which means morning. That the swearing-in of DK Shivakumar could take place at Saturday, Sunday, sir?
It all depends on when governor is returning. After that, there will be a CLP meeting. After that, the governor will have to indicate time and date.
What would you say? Tell us a little bit more, Mr. Patil, of what Mr. Siddaramaiah said while he was thanking all of you for working with him in a historic 8 years as Chief Minister, longest serving Chief Minister of Karnataka. Share with us some of the things that he said to you.
He was grateful to people of Karnataka. He was very much happy, and he was expressing gratitude to his colleagues who have supported him, who have cooperated with him, and who have brought laurels for him. He was also very happy that the Panchi guarantees have made a tremendous success, and he was very happy that the state is being taken to this height with the help of all of us, and he was grateful to the party.
Mr. Patil, one final question. Mr. Siddaramaiah is apparently not very keen on moving out of Karnataka. He does not want to go to the Rajya Sabha, is how we understand it. We don't know for certain. Any light you can throw on that? So he's the son of the soil in Karnataka. His power base is here. His culture is here. It is understandable that he may not want to take a central leadership role in the Congress party. So I ask you, as someone who has been close to Siddaramaiah, what next for this towering politician, sir?
This point was very well asked to Siddaramaiah. He said the High Command has offered him the Rajya Sabha seat, and he also made it candidly clear that he refused accepting that. He would like to continue in the Assembly, in the state politics in the coming days.
Joining me live is Veera Raga. Veera, I have a couple of questions for you. Let's just start with the big picture, the big takeaways when it comes to that breakfast power meeting. We saw hugs, we saw blessings, we saw tears, and we saw a lot of optics. Is this the smooth transition the Congress is hoping for?
Well, I think we need to listen carefully to what H.K. Patil, the minister, just told Shivarur Bedika. The last answer was the most important. That's Siddaramaiah refusing to go take a Rajya Sabha seat. Why does the Congress want him with a Rajya Sabha seat? They want him because when you take the Rajya Sabha seat, you move out of the Legislative Assembly.
Yes.
As long as he's in the Legislative Assembly, he remains a power center as far as Karnataka is concerned. The smooth transition to the extent of DK Shivakumar becoming the next Chief Minister will be achieved. But a smooth power and functioning will only happen if Siddaramaiah recedes into the sunset as far as politics is concerned in the state. Because in the state legislature, when the Chief Minister is the leader of the House, if it's DK Shivakumar entering the House, imagine a situation where there's also Siddaramaiah in that House. So there will be two power centers, and that causes friction. So for an entirely smooth transition, we'll have to wait and watch. But for the moment, over the next 48 hours, in terms of Siddaramaiah stepping down and allowing way for DK Shivakumar, I think that will be a smooth process. And that's a huge feat as far as the Congress High Command to have been able to achieve that. You don't have power transitions of this nature that can be effected in Karnataka. Even the BJP struggled when they had to let Yediyurappa go and allow for a transition of power. So allowing for this kind of power transition in the manner in which it's happened over the next 48 hours is a huge feat to have been achieved. But then, how it's going to play out in the next few days? Siddaramaiah resigns, but is he willing to retire from state politics? I think answer is no. So there will be power tussles, there will be challenges as we go along in Karnataka.
With me, I'm going to come back to you to talk more about who are the loyalists in the Siddaramaiah camp who can be a part of the new cabinet. But before that, there is some breaking news coming in. As the news has become clear that the Karnataka Chief Minister will be stepping down from his position as the CM of the state, protests have erupted in Karnataka. We're getting you visuals from Shivamoga where the Siddaramaiah supporters are demanding that Siddaramaiah does not resign. They're upset over the change of guard. I have Ritu and Deepak joining me live. Deepak, this was expected. Deepak, if you can hear me, we're just showing our viewers protest visuals coming in from Shivamoga at this point. Supporters of Siddaramaiah highly upset that he is stepping down from the top post.
Well, yes, there are going to be some of these take place outside the residence. I heard a few, people belonging to the Dalit community who go on to say that, they are completely dejected and disappointed that, Parmeshwar was not even considered here. An announcement is being made that Mr. DK Shivakumar is going to take over. So this is going to happen. Who are going to express some sort of dissatisfaction, as long as it's not something that's that the High Command or the state leadership here cannot contain and control, there's nothing really to worry about. And I'm going to bring you these scenes outside Mr. DK Shivakumar's residence. He has just reached there. He's meeting a few, close aides of his, and right now key decisions are being made as to the next course of action. Now, a piece of breaking news that I'm picking up,
yes,
Vedika, I've just put that out. Probably we could play that out in a short while. That DK Shivakumar oath taking could take a couple of more days. We were anticipating it.
Deepak, just hold your thought there, because I have Mr. Gundu Rao, Karnataka Minister, joining me on the phone line. Sir, thank you so much for speaking to us here at NDTV. Your first reaction to the Chief Minister of the state stepping down to make way for DK Shivakumar?
The Chief Minister Siddaramaiah is a mass leader, a wonderful administrator, and he has been at the helm of affairs for a long time. And today, him resigning is definitely a very moving and in a way quite a sad moment for all of us, because we all worked with him for so long as MLAs, ministers, and have been in the party and worked along with him. So it's a very moving moment. But also, I would like to say that the way he has handled the whole thing, I think he's just shown what a great leader Siddaramaiah is. The way he's always stood by his word. And he's always said, whatever I commit, I'll always do. And he's always committed for the poor people, and he's done so many programs. And even regarding this Chief Minister's issue, he's right for the last 3 years, he's always been saying that whatever High Command decides, I will follow that. But we see many times leaders playing truant. But Siddaramaiah, as per his word, when High Command told him that, we need to you need to step down and another person has to become Chief Minister, he very gracefully, without any rancor, without any animosity, accepted. And today he'll be submitting his resignation. And he spoke to all of us, the ministers, today. And the way he spoke, I think, we've got great respect and admiration.
And what did he say, Mr. Gundu Rao, is the question I have for you next. I believe there were emotional scenes inside that meeting. We want to understand from you what transpired.
Yeah, exactly. The way he spoke was, he took it to another level, and, our admiration and respect for him has gone up, 10 times more, because the way he handled it, the way he thanked all of us, and the way he said, we worked together, and as ministers, you've been so, you've always worked well with us, well with me. And he said, I have no rancor or I have no ill will against any one of you people. I may have been harsh sometimes, but that's only in terms of, getting the things done. So it was so beautiful it was. And I think everyone was touched, everyone was moved by his words.
Okay.
And the way he said that, I'll continue as an MLA for 2 more years and I'll be with you. We need to see that, we take on BJP. We can't allow this, hegemonic party to,
Vedika, I'm sorry, Dinesh, Veeraraghav here, if I can interrupt you a little bit. You're saying he said categorically that he will be a legislator for the next 2 years, which means he's categorically not taking up any Rajya Sabha position. Dinesh, knowing Siddaramaiah, he's always found a way to be coming back into power since his younger days in career, whether it was leaving the JDS and then finding his way with the Congress, leading to power, then after the defeat in 2018, coming back to power. Is there a sense that there will be continued 2 power centers in Karnataka? Would that be a worry for the Congress as somebody who is an observer of the party from outside? Do you believe that that's another worry for the party?
I don't think there's any worry, because the way he has handled it, we all saw the way he spoke today. And he said, I don't know tomorrow what will happen. I mean, of course, he has said he'll continue as an MLA for 2 more years, but, things can change. That I do not know. That's his personal decision for him to make. But it shows that, and every minister, whoever spoke today, we all, express their thanks. And plus, I think we all need him more. We need him to be there. We need him to guide us. And even DK Shivakumar, who also spoke today, he also said that we need to say you're our leader. And for us to win in 2028 against this BJP and the way they are doing things today, we need you more than ever. So, and for the last 3 years, despite everything, if you've seen the way we've been working, Shivakumar and Siddaramaiah have worked hand in hand, even before the elections, after the elections, so there's never been a moment where there's been dissidence in this party. There's never been, in the last 3 years, no dissidence, no groupism, and that will continue. So the opposition might say that there might be some new fissures and thing that they can exploit, but I would say that will not happen because Siddaramaiah is committed to his ideology, our Congress ideology, and he's going to be around.
And before we let you go, Mr. Gundurao, very quick question. How many deputy chief ministers are we going to see in this cabinet under DKS?
Let's not get into that because firstly, the governor, I don't know, suddenly he played truant, he suddenly disappeared. And Siddaramaiah had asked time today, but I do not know what happened. We had some rumors that he got directions from center to go out of Bangalore. And now there is again some talk that he may be coming back. So I do not know why the governor of Karnataka is behaving like this. But anyway, Siddaramaiah said that even if the governor is there or not there, I'm going to go and submit my resignation. That is one thing. Second thing is, once the resignation is accepted by the governor, then the rest will follow. We need to have a CLP meeting. We need to elect the next leader. And then subsequently, all these ministry reshuffle, all those things will happen. So that will be a decision taken by our top-notch leaders.
All right.
Including Mr. Siddaramaiah and DK Shivakumar.
Vedika, just a very quick question to Dinesh. I'm sorry, Dinesh. Any clarity on when you will have the CLP meeting? Because, do you all expect it on Friday? Because we were told that by Saturday, also a transition needs to be effected quickly so that there is no uncertainty. Is there any clarity on when you all will hold a CLP meeting?
Why don't you ask the central government? No, because we need the governor to come back and accept the resignation. Only then the rest can follow, right? So if the governor disappears like this, I do not know, what agenda BJP is trying to do.
All right, Mr. Gundurao, thank you for joining us. There you have the Congress minister from Karnataka. There you have a Karnataka minister there stating that there's been a delay by the governor when it comes to Siddaramaiah going ahead and submitting his resignation. However, you will see Siddaramaiah submitting his resignation at 2:30 p.m. this afternoon. Now, we are getting some more breaking news coming in, which is that DK Shivakumar's oath is likely to be taken in a couple of days from now. It could be on the 1st of June is what we're hearing. DKS will be consulting with the seers he is very close to. Also, the CLP meeting formalities need to be done within the next 2 days. And also the Vice President's visit and personal commitments will keep the governor occupied for the next 48 hours. Deepak still with us live. Deepak, the details. It seems that the oath taking cannot take place or will not take place before the 1st of June, given the prior commitments of the governor in Karnataka.
Well, yes. Now we should note that these are again things that are quite dynamic. There is the Nonavanakere Mutt, that the Deputy Chief Minister, who's of course going to become the Chief Minister of Karnataka. Usually, he's a strong devotee there of Ajaya, the deity there. He more importantly will consult and seek for a date which is auspicious. But also here, keeping in mind that the governor is right now not in Bengaluru, is expected to come back. There are a lot of personal commitments they're citing due to which he had to travel. There's also the Vice President of India who's scheduled to visit. So there's going to be at least about 2 to 3 days between which there will be a CLP meeting, is what I understand. They're looking at a possibility of either Sunday or Monday. June 1st is in all likelihood a date that they're trying to finalize, but it all depends on the auspicious day and the time as well that is fixed by people that DK Shivakumar will consult with. And I did mention that the Nonavanakere Mutt is place where he usually consults during such major decisions. He's also expected to visit that place. So while we were expecting this entire oath taking to happen, by Saturday, we were also talking about this possible vacuum that will be left behind, and they will not want to wait for way too long to allow impulsive reactions and emotions to really flow. So that's where we were contemplating that the High Command would want to get done with this as soon as possible. But with the kind of statement that has come in from Mr. Siddaramaiah today during this meeting, saying that the High Command has decided that DK Shivakumar will be the heir to the chair of the Chief Minister, and I have decided to back that decision, and he's also as many words told the leaders who are there that they should follow suit and they should abide by the will of the High Command and the decision of the High Command. So he's made things amply clear about how things stand and how things are going to be. So if there were any surprises, if there were people is there anybody else in the fray, he's put all that to rest. So the entire suspense around the CLP is not as much as it was. So it looks like the CLP could be smoother than we expected it to be. So it's only about now a transition and the formalities of the governor being there, the oath taking to happen, and we are expecting all of this in the next 3 to 4 days.
Deepak, stay with me for the big picture. Veera is still with us. Veera, we're being told it could take as long as 4 days for the oath taking to take place in Karnataka, with DKS coming in as the new Chief Minister of the state. But this is a time when the Congress wants to fast forward all the delays as quickly as possible, but the governor has prior commitments. How do we see this playing out over the next few days? We know Siddaramaiah will be at the Lok Bhavan today, but how do we see the procedures playing out given the delay when it comes to the governor, as even mentioned by the Karnataka minister?
Well, look, there are formalities that need to be, gone through, right? And there is a procedure that needs to be, adhered to. You cannot break those procedures. The first procedure is for the resignation of the Chief Minister. Why? Because the Congress wanted it to be clear of the optics that it's Siddaramaiah who's willingly stepping down as Chief Minister. It's not as if he's being forced out. This is not a power tussle crisis situation and a reaction to that, Vedika. And I think that's the first point. This has been a strategic decision by the Congress to take this decision at this strategic time, which is after assembly elections to Kerala, Tamil Nadu, West Bengal and Assam. This is getting set for 2028 Karnataka and 2029 nationally. One of the first acts as far as the Congress is concerned. So it's a strategic decision at a time of the Congress's choosing. A. B. It's about Siddaramaiah going and stepping down, and then there will be a CLP meeting that needs to be called. Now, the CLP meeting can be called only after the Chief Minister resigns, because till then he's the leader of the Congress Legislature Party. Now, once he's resigned, then yes, you formally call a chief legislature party meeting. That could happen tomorrow. It could happen day after. As soon as the CLP meeting is done, given that it's a smooth transition of power, DK Shivakumar will be elected leader of the legislature party, and then he goes to the governor with the support of all the MLAs saying that, look, I would like to be sworn in as Chief Minister. And then the governor decides the time of swearing in. So I think these procedures will be adhered to and followed. As much as we are in a hurry to get the time and the and the next act as far as the story is concerned, it's up to the governor, it's up to the CLP to decide on the time of their choosing.
You know, Veera, you just spoke to me a short while back about how Congress perhaps cannot afford two power centers in the same assembly. You said imagine Siddaramaiah being in the assembly along with DKS as Chief Minister. The point here then is you have Siddaramaiah, who's refused, from what we've heard, any position in the Rajya Sabha, in the sense that going to the Rajya Sabha as an RS member. So what would this mean then for the Congress party in Karnataka? Because Siddaramaiah then would want a representation within the cabinet of his loyalists as well. How is Congress going to deal with that now?
But old habits die hard. This is the arguably the anarchist, the stern socialist, who's the grassroots leader, who's always come back to power. Very few in Karnataka have achieved the feat that he's achieved. First, look, remember, he was Deputy Chief Minister in the JDS Congress government, and then he split from the JDS, joins the Congress, leads the Congress to victory in 2013, has a clear categorical run over 5 years. No one could challenge him in those times. In fact, DK Shivakumar was kept out of the cabinet initially in the first Siddaramaiah government, and then later, after a lot of power lobbying, got into being the energy minister here in Karnataka at that time in the first tenure. He led the Congress to a defeat. And yet, he held on to the Congress to return to power in 2023, despite a strong DK Shivakumar as Congress president. Siddaramaiah asserted himself and got the chief minister's post. Just to give you the last decade, that Siddaramaiah can never be kept out of power. He's someone who's perhaps as interesting to watch out of power as he is in power. So I think the real challenge for the Congress will be to manage Siddaramaiah. And that would be very, very interesting to watch. But given that he's well past his prime and he is willingly stepping down, it will be interesting to watch how he plays his cards next. He will definitely have his loyalists. He will definitely ensure that his own future is scripted by him and not by the party high command. He will do what is best for him, and he's not someone who can be kept quiet for too long.
So will this be a smooth transition is the big question based on what even Veera has just said. Going across to Ritu, joining us live from the Lok Bhavan. Ritu, in an hour from now, we're expecting the Karnataka Chief Minister to be where you are and to tender his resignation. You also have Karnataka ministers coming out and questioning the governor, saying why the delay, where is he, why isn't he in the Lok Bhavan today. What are your sources from inside the Lok Bhavan telling you on these allegations, on the anger that is being expressed by Karnataka ministers? Because like Veera said, the Congress would want this to be sealed as quickly as possible, the transition.
Well, very true, Vedika. You see, Veera is quite right about it, that the Congress really wants to put an end to it at the earliest, not just about the resignation of the Chief Minister for that matter, also the oath ceremony of the former, in fact, the Deputy Chief Minister, the current Deputy Chief Minister here, DK Shivakumar. And furthermore, you see, it's also about the CLP to structure the whole of the new cabinet as well. So it's a time-taking process as well. So there you have the Congress party who really wants to finish this all at the earliest, but something has put them in the limbo is right now the Karnataka Governor Thawarchand Gehlot, who apparently seems to be in Indore for a personal reason there. Now, what I'm learning through my sources is that he may all likely take a 1 or 2 day as well, because there's also a program that is scheduled for the governor tomorrow to be here in Bengaluru with the vice president, and also there's apparently another program in Shimoga as well. So yes, now all eyes on the governor as well, whether he's really going to cancel both the programs tomorrow and be back here in Bengaluru today evening. That will some sort of give a clarity to the Congress as well. If not, then they will have to end up waiting for 2 days. Now that's the reason you see Congress has all the plans in place, but something is really not getting implemented over here is because of the governor's absence in the state. If at all the governor was here, then yes, we would have seen the CLP happening tomorrow itself, and by Saturday the state would have got the new chief minister as well. But yes, a lot of questions right now looming as well. Needs to be seen when is that basically the state governor is going to be back as well. Now what I'm given to understand is also that since it's also a holiday today, you see, in the state, the secretary in fact remained to be at home. He was made an important call, an urgent call was placed to him. Now that's the reason in almost 15 to 20 seconds he had to end up at the governor's office as well. Now even as we are talking, you see, I'm learning that the secretary is basically inside the governor's office. Now any moment that around 2:30 that the CM's office has sought a time from the governor's office to be here to tender his resignation. But you see, submitting the resignation to the secretary will not mean that he's officially submitted. It has to be accepted by the governor as well. In fact, as you and me know it. So yes, the presence of the governor will be very important as well. Needs to be seen when is that the governor is going to return to the state. No further picture will really lie on that. Back to you.
All right, Ritu, do stay with me. Veera, stay with me. We're going to play out some reactions. My colleague Shiv Arur is in Bangalore and he did speak with Veerappa Moily. A lot more reactions coming in from ministers who were part of that breakfast power meeting this morning.
True and genuine Congress leader, Sri Siddaramaiah has taken a right decision to tender resignation after a series of discussions held at Delhi with Rahulji, Mallikarjuna Kharge ji, and other leaders at Delhi. And it is true to the tradition of Indian National Congress that the decisions are taken with the highest sense of discipline and morality. And of course, the due course will take place, and there will be a legislature party meeting tomorrow, and in a due course and a most legitimate and democratic way, DK Shivakumar will be elected as the leader, and then he will take oath.
Kumar sir, so long time dream of yours, do you think is coming true for you, sir? One comment, sir. Sir, one comment. So one comment.
We will wait. We will wait. We will wait.
So do you think this is a good time that has really come for DK Shivakumar, sir?
We will wait.
But so one thought, you've been long time waiting. You've always expressed your thought about it, that you want to see your brother as the Chief Minister, sir. So one comment on it, sir.
Sir, everybody
now it
is
has become
celebrating.
very clear that he is tendering the resignation, Chief Minister, sir. So what would you like to
what
tell
do you have to
Siddaramaiah
say
from the state
to
assembly?
Siddaramaiah?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Minister Ramlinga Reddy with me, sir, at the breakfast meeting. Tell us how the emotions were like. The Chief Minister, longest standing Chief Minister of Karnataka, stepping down must have definitely been an emotional moment.
Longest Chief Minister and longest opposition leader also.
Yeah.
For 8 years he was Chief Minister, and for 8 years he was opposition leader. He thanked all the ministers for our cooperation. He is going to resign by 3:30 p.m.
Okay.
Governor is not in station, but he will tender his resignation to the Secretary of Governor.
Okay. Also, sir, did he get emotional while making this announcement? Was he calm?
No
How was it,
emotion,
sir?
very calm and cool.
So also we are told that he said it that High Command wants Mr. DK Shivakumar to take over as the Chief Minister of Karnataka, and everyone should support the instructions and the wishes of the High Command. Is this true, sir?
We wait for one day.
Okay. When can we expect the oath taking of the new Chief Minister of Karnataka to happen? Would you want to comment on that, sir?
First, his resignation should be accepted. Then CLP, then High Command, some observers will come. Only you have to ask.
But give us a hint, sir, when the CLP is possible. Is it possible tomorrow?
2-3 days.
In 2-3 days, the CLP, not tomorrow.
And not tomorrow.
Not tomorrow.
Yet decided.
Okay. So that means the oath taking may differ by another 4 days, 5 days.
4 days.
Okay, so that's Mr. Ramlinga Reddy telling us that the oath taking may take about 3 to 4 days more. Sir, would you finally want to add something as, an era of Karnataka politics is coming to an end with Mr. Siddaramaiah's resignation? What would you like to say finally, sir?
He is a tall leader, and he will be a leader in future also. Not only for me, for all our Congress party and Congress leaders, he will be the leader in future also.
Okay, and will his support always be there for the next Chief Minister, that is Mr. DK Shivakumar?
Definitely he will support.
Thank you so much for speaking to NDTV, sir.
क्या दिल्ली सीएम जा रहे हैं? क्या सीएम दिल्ली जा रहे हैं?
सीएम क्यों दिल्ली जाते हैं?
और सर क्या उन्होंने रेजिग्नेशन दिया है? बोला है क्या?
You were there in the meeting, sir.
I was there in the meeting. I watched the meeting.
So what is it? You were there in the meeting,
We have
sir.
all
So
thanked the Honorable
what
Chief
happened in the
Minister
meeting? What happened in the
for
meeting?
guiding us in all these years.
ಯಾರೇ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿ ಆದರೂ ಕೂಡ ಈ ಸುಧಾರಣೆನ ತರೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಯಾವುದೇ ಕಾರಣಕ್ಕೂ ಅಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೂ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಸುಧಾರಣೆಗಳು ತರೋದಕ್ಕೂ ಕೂಡ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಈಗ ಯಾರೇ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿ ಆದರೂ ಕೂಡ ರಾಜ್ಯದ ಅಥವಾ ರಾಜ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿರುವಂತಹ ರೈತರಾಗಲಿ ಬಡವರಾಗಲಿ ಇವರ ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿಯನ್ನು ಸುಧಾರಣೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿ ಯಾರನ್ನೇ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಇದೆ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ನನ್ನಂತೂ ಅನ್ಸೋದಿಲ್ಲ.
On that note, we're stepping to a short break. News and updates will continue. Once we come back, we'll tell you about why Vijay couldn't meet the Gandhis while he was in the national capital. More on that in moments from now.
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे, केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार, विमल बोलो जुबान केसरी।
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद, यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा क्या स्वाद है, अरे मेरे राजा।
The situation in the Strait of Hormuz right now and Iran.
The last 48 hours have been tense. Is there a sense that strikes are imminent?
Iran can never have a nuclear weapon. And so the issues of enrichment and the highly enriched uranium have to be confronted. The straits cannot continue to be closed.
The import of American oil is important for India, particularly because of the situation.
India wants to diversify its energy. We want to diversify the countries we export to.
There is also an issue of visas for Indians. They have to come back to India for green cards now. Why has America taken this decision?
Well, it's not about India, it's about the whole world. Anytime you reform a system, there's going to be some disruptions, there's going to be some hiccups.
How did the meeting with the Prime Minister go? What did you discuss?
Relationship between the President Trump and Prime Minister Modi. I think that always makes it easier to have these meetings because of the personal affinity they have to one another.
Thank you very much for
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you very much.
Our pure Shahi Paneer Masala. Delicious, healthy, every day.
Navnidhi Sharma, the father of Twisha, joins me one-on-one for the first time.
शुरू में देखने को मिल गया था कि क्रिमिनल माइंडसेट है। भेड़िए ने बकरी की खाल में शिकार किया है सर। They are chameleon people.
Brother, Major Harshit speaks out for the first time on national television.
We have been fighting non-stop. We are not stopping until the justice is served.
Missing, where is your son? Let me ask you that pointed question.
He is ready to face all the questions, but he has to exhaust his legal remedies.
Breaking news coming in. Samarth Singh has finally surrendered. These are fresh visuals coming on your screen. First on NDTV.
आप सरेंडर करने आए हो या सरेंडर नहीं करने दे रहे हो?
NDTV is the only network in the country that is relentlessly chasing this case.
Joining us live now for the first time is Mrigendra Singh, senior advocate, appearing for Samarth Singh.
The girl has gone because of the pressure created by her own parents.
These are difficult circumstances, but the hard questions still need to be asked.
मीठा या नमकीन, चाहे जैसे खाओ, 100% सूजी से बनी आर प्योर वर्मिसेली, स्वादिष्ट, सेहतमंद, हर रोज।
There's a transition taking place, Mr. Ponnanna, and we're hearing that there will be a change of guard by the end of this week. Any light you can throw on that?
No, you see, as I said, it's hard for me to say anything. It is the Chief Minister's decision. Siddaramaiah ji is one of the tallest leaders that Karnataka has seen. He has been Chief Minister for 8 years. So it is, most appropriate and necessary, if you ask me, that these decisions, sensitive decisions, come straight from him rather than we go around.
Mr. Ponnanna, you're not just another Congress MLA. You are part of the Siddaramaiah inner circle.
Welcome back. Fissures within the AIADMK continue as 3 more rebel leaders have quit the party and are all set to join the TVK, with former AIADMK Minister Natarajan, former AIADMK MLA Prabhakar and AIADMK Transport Union leader as well, Kamalakan, all quitting the party. This marks a total of 7 MLAs now jumping ship. Also, Tamil Minister Adavarjana has said that the TVK is the future of Tamil Nadu, and more AIADMK leaders will join the party, is his claim. Now, after meeting the Prime Minister Narendra Modi in the national capital, Tamil Nadu Chief Minister Vijay was set to hold a crucial meeting with senior Congress leaders Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi in the national capital. But sources say the meeting has now been deferred and is likely to take place next week. The sudden deferment has triggered political buzz, especially as Vijay's Delhi outreach comes amid speculation over opposition equations ahead of key electoral battles. During his meeting with the Prime Minister, Vijay raised a series of issues concerning Tamil Nadu, including the dam dispute, arrest of Tamil fishermen, and the controversy surrounding the Tamil anthem at his swearing-in ceremony. The deferred Congress meeting is now being closely watched for what it could signal politically, whether it's merely a scheduling issue or a pause before a bigger opposition reset. And now joining me live on the story is Sam Daniel, who joins me from the newsroom. Sam, more than what meets the eye, or is this just a scheduling issue or a scheduling clash with the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu and the Gandhis at this point?
I think we hear two
theories from TVK sources. One, they say there was no formal appointment given or made with regard to this meeting, and that's why Vijay, the Chief Minister, came alone. Had it been confirmed, he would have brought senior leaders as well. Secondly, they also point out Sonia Gandhi's health condition, and that's one theory we are getting. But otherwise, they don't see anything beyond what meets the eye, saying that the coalition is stronger. There is good camaraderie between TVK and Congress, although the alliance could not happen before elections. Now they are working with regard to working together and making a stronger coalition ahead of the 2029 Lok Sabha elections, and they want to repeat what the DMK Congress alliance had won last time, winning all the 40 seats in Tamil Nadu and Puducherry. This meeting politically was important because while Rahul Gandhi was present in person for the swearing in of Vijay as Chief Minister, Vijay had not met Sonia Gandhi, and in that sense many thought this would be politically important, but they don't attribute any motive or reason for this except these two things I cited, and they hope that this will be worked out very soon in the weeks to come.
All right, and Sam will keep a track on all the developments and when that meeting has been rescheduled. For Sam, thanks for joining me live on Breaking Ground. Moving on now, we bring you the other developing story of the hour. A team from the CBI has visited the residence of Giribala Singh this morning. This comes after the Madhya Pradesh High Court quashed the anticipatory bail granted to the former judge who is an accused in the death of her daughter-in-law, Twisha Sharma. The MP High Court, in its order, said the Sessions Court ignored crucial evidence and allegations in the case. Twisha's father, Navnidhi Sharma, hailed the cancellation of her anticipatory bail and expressed confidence in the CBI probe. The CBI may arrest Giribala Singh in the case. The option, though, of surrendering before the court still remains open for Giribala Singh.
कल विस्तृत सुनवाई के उपरांत माननीय उच्च न्यायालय ने कुछ बिंदुओं को बड़े ही गंभीरता से लिया है, जैसे कि मृतका त्विषा शर्मा के शरीर में 7 एंटीमॉर्टम इंजरीज पाई गई हैं। ये गंभीर अपराध की ओर संकेत करती है। दूसरा कि गिरिबाला सिंह के द्वारा नोटिस प्राप्त होने के बाद भी हमारी इन्वेस्टिगेटिंग टीम को वांछित सहयोग नहीं दिया, जो कि शर्त थी उनको अग्रिम जमानत दिए जाने की, उसका भी उल्लंघन होता है। दूसरा, जो भी व्हाट्सएप चैट हैं उनका समग्र अगर हम अध्ययन करेंगे तो उसमें एक बात स्पष्ट रूप से निकल करके आती है कि त्विषा शर्मा को मानसिक रूप से प्रताड़ित किया गया।
Anurag Dwari is joining me live from Bhopal. He's joining us on the big story of the hour. Anurag, we see the CBI team still outside Giribala Singh's residence. There is a possibility of her arrest. What is happening at her residence? What are your sources telling you at this point? They've been there for the last couple of hours now.
Yeah, it's been more than 2 hours since the CBI team has moved inside, and the CBI team may arrest Giribala Singh today in connection with Twisha's death. And sources are saying that immediately after the arrest, she'll be taken for a medical examination. Following the medical procedure, the CBI team is expected to produce Giribala before the court. And Giribala is 63 years old, and it was primarily on this ground that she was earlier received anticipatory bail from the Sessions Court. And if Giribala cites her age or any other serious medical conditions before the CBI, a medical board may be constituted to assess her health condition. However, during that process, she is likely to remain in CBI custody. And the police movement have started. Earlier also, a 4-member team of CBI has reached her residence around 10 o'clock, and it's been, as I said, more than 2 hours since they're inside. An additional police force has also been deployed at her residence in Katara Hills area, and more members of the CBI team has also reached there. Police vehicles have moved inside the premises, and security deployment was intensified around the house. As I said, Giribala could be taken into CBI custody at any moment from now.
What are the legal options before Giribala Singh at the moment? Her anticipatory bail plea, of course, has been rejected. We know that the option of surrendering before the CBI is an option with her. But legally, what is the recourse for her, if any, other than surrendering or arrest at this point?
See, she'll surrender or she'll be arrested, and after that she can apply for a regular bail. So these are the only options in front of Giribala Singh.
All right, so trouble mounting for the lady on your screen there, Giribala Singh, who is the mother-in-law of Twisha Sharma. You've heard from the father of Twisha Sharma. He has hailed the directive, the order by the Madhya Pradesh High Court at the moment. Last night, the order came through where her anticipatory bail plea has been cancelled. The shots that you're seeing on your screen are from early this morning, where Giribala Singh did step out from her home to feed some stray dogs in the area. But as of now, the shots to the right are the live shots that we're bringing to you from Bhopal, where a team from the CBI is stationed at her residence. All eyes will be on whether they arrest the former judge and the mother-in-law of Twisha Sharma, or if she surrenders before the CBI. But that is a developing story that NDTV is tracking every moment of. We're going to be slipping to a short break. News and updates will continue on the other side. Thank you for watching Breaking Ground with me, Vedika.
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे केसरिया से मन जोगी
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार विमल बोलो जुबान केसरी
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा क्या स्वाद है, अरे मेरे राजा मसाला।
The situation in the Strait of Hormuz right
Yes.
now and Iran, the last 48 hours have been tense. Is there a sense that strikes are imminent?
Iran can never have a nuclear weapon. And so the issues of enrichment and the highly enriched uranium have to be confronted. The straits cannot continue to be closed.
The import of American oil is important for India, particularly because of the situation.
India wants to diversify its energy. We want to diversify the countries we export to.
There is also an issue of visas for Indians. They have to come back to India for green cards now. Why has America taken this decision?
Well, it's not about India, it's about the whole world. Anytime you reform a system, there's going to be some disruptions, there's going to be some hiccups.
How did the meeting with the Prime Minister go? What did you discuss?
Relationship between the President Trump and Prime Minister Modi. I think that always makes it easier to have these meetings because of the personal affinity they have to one another.
Thank you very much for
Thank you.
doing this interview.
Thank you very much.
आर प्योर शाही पनीर मसाला, डिलीशियस, हेल्दी एवरीडे।
Navnidhi Sharma, the father of Twisha, joins me one-on-one for the first time.
शुरू में देखने को मिल गया था कि क्रिमिनल माइंडसेट है। भेड़िए ने बकरी की खाल में शिकार किया है सर। दे आर कैमेलियन पीपल।
Brother, Major Arshit speaks out for the first time on national television.
We have been fighting non-stop. We are not stopping until the justice is served.
Missing, where is your son? Let me ask you that pointed question.
He is ready to face all the questions, but he has to exhaust his legal remedies.
Breaking news coming in. Samad Singh has finally surrendered. These are fresh visuals coming on your screen. First on NDTV. NDTV is the only network in the country that is relentlessly chasing this case. Joining us live now for the first time is Nagendra Singh, senior advocate, appearing for Samad Singh.
The girl has gone because of the pressure created by her own parents.
These are difficult circumstances, but the hard questions still need to be asked.
मीठा या नमकीन चाहे जैसे खाओ, 100% सूजी से बनी आर प्योर वर्मिसेली, स्वादिष्ट, सेहतमंद हर रोज।
There is a transition taking place, Mr. Ponnanna, and we're hearing that there will be a change of guard by the end of this week. Any light you can throw on that?
No, you see, as I said, it's hard for me to say anything. It is the Chief Minister's decision. Siddaramaiah ji is one of the tallest leaders that Karnataka has seen. He has been Chief Minister for 8 years. So it is, most appropriate and necessary, if you ask me, that these decisions, sensitive decisions, come straight from him rather than we go around.
Mr. Ponnanna, you're not just another Congress MLA. You are part of the Siddaramaiah inner circle. You've been an advisor to him. He depends on your advice. You've spent a lot of time with him today, crucially as well. What next for the Chief Minister? What next for Siddaramaiah after this transition? He has a towering legacy. He has a huge base that will be very curious about where he lands next. Give us something that we can talk about.
Yeah, the Congress party, I am sure, will, in the eventuality that you are contemplating right now, it's not what I am saying. In that eventuality, then I'm sure the Congress party has thought out some strategy to ensure that his support base continues with the Congress and continues to help us electorally.
But there's been a lot of speculation, obviously nothing formal, about a central role, something in the Rajya Sabha, leader of the opposition. Is that something Mr. Siddaramaiah would be open to, sir?
Yeah. Perhaps the High Command, perhaps he is thinking on those lines, but we'll have to wait and watch. It's too early to comment on these things.
Like I said, Mr. Ponnanna, you've spent a lot of time with the Chief Minister, including today when he wasn't really out and about. He went out a couple of times alone, and I saw you with him as well. What's on his mind? What's the mood inside the Chief Minister's residence right now? What is Mr. Siddaramaiah thinking?
No, I was with him. When we went from his residence to the Vidhan Saudha. We went there to receive the Backward Classes Commission's report, which is one of his most passionate issue. We received that report from the Backward Class Commission Chairman Madhusudan Nayak and his team. And he's, as I said, he is very, very, very seasoned and a very experienced man. He has seen the ups and downs of public life. He has been Deputy Chief Minister, and in that position he had to step down and then expelled from the Janata Dal IS, had to contest a by-election, very hotly contested one. And he has come through the ranks, so he has seen these things, and I'm sure he has the wherewithal to digest this kind of issue when it rises.
What did you discuss with Chief Minister Siddaramaiah? How is his mood before what we are expecting to see as a resignation?
See, Siddaramaiah is a very matured, talented, experienced leader. He has seen this type of situations in his life. He has come from grassroots to the position of a chief minister. So he has taken it in a right way, and he has decided to resign and make a way to DK Shivakumar to become the chief minister. DK Shivakumar also is a...
What is next for him, Mr. Deshpande? What is Mr. Siddaramaiah deciding to do after he resigns as Chief Minister? Where will he go? What does he plan to do? Will he move to Delhi?
No, he has not planned anything. After all, after his resignation is accepted,